Welcome back to Man Down Sports, man. Hey, look, we almost through opening week for the NBA, man. So we got a lot we want to discuss. We got Robin from Sports and Fitness Rants in the house, man. What's up, big dog? Welcome the audience from Sports and Fitness Rants. I think we're streaming this on both platforms, man. So welcome y'all. If y'all not subscribed to Man Down Sports, subscribe to Man Down Sports, and vice versa. If y'all not subscribed to Sports and Fitness Rants, do so. Sideline Speaks. Britne is representing for Man Down Sports and Sideline Speaks, which is her podcast, sub there as well. And then Chris is here as well. And he produces The Blitz, which is our football show. We'll see y'all on Sunday. Other than that, it's Friday, man. What's good, y'all?
Ooh, Shakedown Friday.
What time on Sunday?
4:00. Hey,
let's make that clear.
Get that out here now. We're changing the time for Sunday, so we will be going at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern on Sunday. That little window right between the end of the late window and right before the Sunday night football game. That's our slot right there. So you're not really missing any football. Your football is done. You get us, you get Sunday night. It's perfect.
Sound like a plan, man. Sound like a plan. As y'all come in, make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all hit the share button. Make sure y'all leave a comment. Drop a comment, man. Do all that stuff. Do all the stuff that helps the algorithm, man. Drop a comment. Let us know where y'all from and all that stuff, man. I see some of my moderators in here, Sports and Fitness around. I'm sorry. Jeffrey Gow and Know Your Boy Sports. When I sing sports on Know Your Boy, for some reason I thought about Sports and Fitness Rants. But what's up, Ghost? Shout out upstate New York. Okay. Y'all ride horses bareback up there, don't you? Montgomery, Alabama.
Chill.
No, don't they got farms up there upstate? Hey, that's past the city, right? Like upstate means like they out there near the.
I'm upstate New York.
Oh, you upstate New York?
Yeah, I'm about 30 minutes from the city.
Okay, so you ride horses bareback?
Yeah, I never rode a horse before.
But you seen them out there, right?
No, not in this area.
Really?
Bareback is crazy.
Like, when people talk about like upstate New York or they think about like that kind of area, like the country area, they talking about like maybe a couple of hours from New York City. You know what I'm saying? You talking about deep out there.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool,
upstate is more like Buffalo, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, but like Buffalo is like 6 hours from where I am.
So sheesh.
Buffalo and Albany, that's upstate.
Okay. So
Albany's like a couple of hours. Yeah.
Got it. So you don't start seeing the horses till you get somewhere near Canada, then, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna say somewhere around there.
What's with you and the horses, man?
No, because I was in the Navy with some people from upstate, man, and they didn't look like Robin, and they didn't, you know what I mean? They were just different. So, you know, I just associate upstate New York.
I like to call them Southern Canadians.
So I like that. That's new.
Them boys are South Canadians, boy.
Yo, you know what it is, man? New York State is actually very, very big. I think people don't realize how big it is. And New York City's all the way at the bottom of New York State, man.
I think by landmass, it's like top 5 in the country, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. You might be right though, but it's big. It's pretty big.
It's pretty big, but like everybody just centers New York to actual New York City.
Right.
They forget that it's a whole bunch more. Like people forget about Buffalo, except for the fact that they got a football team. They be like, oh shit. And then you think of Buffalo, you think of Niagara Falls, you think of Canada. So that's why I call it South Canada. I got a homegirl from Buffalo. I was like, oh, you South Canadian. South Canadian for sure. She hate when I say that shit too.
I like that.
All right, man. Let's roll. Let's get into it. I want to say Robin line. Let's I'm not gonna say it. You say it, Robin.
Let's roll. They know the deal, baby.
All right, man. Hey, let's get started with I'm sorry. Let's shout out our members first.
Damn, because I thought we wouldn't. You just gonna skip past that. Hold on. All right. Shout out to the members, man. Appreciate y'all as always, man. Y'all always keep the train rolling, man. We appreciate y'all. Shy Rider West Side of 23, Jeffrey Guyot, R. Bean, Shay J, WW, Ryan Walters, Taco Master, Steve Calvert, E. King, Cedric Franklin, Taco Master again, Demetrius Day, Keith Brazil, It's Not That Serious, Ashley H, 6'4 Slim, Beaver's older brother, El Dono, Debo 4735, Eric C, Mr. Cormer, 21, The Real Mr. Cropper, B New, Dante, I Mix What I Like, Jamil Morton, I Test Main, Hope Peace, Cliff Hill, James Reed, Coach MA, SWAT, Savon Arnold, Right Ham Cam, Torrance Hall, Andrea Williams, Hand Down, Man Down, Mikey Brass, Unspoken Voices, Sean the Navigator, and Michael Young. I see some new names there, man. Appreciate y'all for becoming a member. If you're not a member, you're missing out. And for all the members, man, again, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all, and we thank y'all.
No doubt, man. I appreciate it.
That's a deep list right there, man. Yo, shout out to all your members, all your supporters. For real. Yo, listen, man. If y'all ain't subscribed to Man Down Sports, if y'all don't check these dudes out, if you guys are subscribed to my channel, anybody in here, my peoples, man, y'all gotta check them out, man. You got a good thing going over here. Like I said, the topic you guys cover a wide variety of things, man. So once again, shout out to all you guys and for all the people out there, like I said, that continue to support you guys, man, for real.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate the shout out, Robin, for real, and then everybody that's been members for so long and who just joined, man. Y'all keep us coming back and all that stuff, man. So we appreciate that, man. Everybody that super chat as well, everybody that hit the like button, the share button, the comments, all that stuff, man. We appreciate all of that, man. So as long as y'all keep rocking with us, we'll keep coming back and giving y'all content, man, and inviting good people like Robin on the panel as well. All right, but yeah, so busy week in the NBA. On top of the games being good, like we got to start with the scandal and the Chauncey Billups and the FBI stuff, and then we'll get to the games, man. But super busy week with great games, and then it got capped off with the announcement of what happened yesterday. And look, I did a show yesterday on this, and they blocked it because I played sound bites from First Take. You know, Disney blocked it. So I was like, man, that's perfect because we get to talk about it with the full panel. So but I'm not gonna play no sound bites. If you haven't heard them all, go watch them, go listen to them, all that stuff, man. But just if you've been living under a rock, what's going on is the FBI has made 3 arrests. Initially, I think they said something around 30 arrests now.
About 35 right? Plus now.
Right. So like 30 plus arrests. But the 3 that made the news, the 3 that the FBI director, Kash Patel, decided to have a press conference for were the 3 basketball players. And I guess it's because those are the 3 biggest names in the arrest. So you mentioned 5 crime families, mafia, mob, or whatever it is. You mentioned that. That sounds like the bigger story to me. But you mentioned that's the top of the spear. That's the top of the pyramid. But your arrest and your press conference is referencing Chauncey Billups, Scary Terry, and Damon Jones. I think that don't match, right? So Scary Terry has been accused of betting on games that he played in and actually leaving injured in some games that he had betted on. Damon Jones did the same and also gave injury reports to his friends on teams that he was on the coaching staff of. That wasn't open to the public, and then Chauncey Billups is supposed to be linked to a poker game that was rigging the outcomes by way of X-rays under the table to read the cards and lenses that can see through cards and mark all types of crazy stuff. Yeah, all types of super 007 stuff that you think some NBA head coach is setting up. How is he the big name in this and not the daggone mafia families that you named? But
right,
that's it in a nutshell, man. What was y'all initial thoughts?
First off, say the name that they done said is related to Damon Jones. Inside information. Who name did he use?
Nobody knows. What name you think he used?
I don't know, man. There's news floating around that X platform that LeBron James was the name for the inside information.
Yeah, well. If okay, but they don't implicate LeBron in anything, though.
No, not at all. But you said that's info that's not privy to the public.
Yeah, but Damon Jones was on the coaching staff.
So what the Lakers at that time?
I think so.
Okay.
So pretty, and even if he wasn't on the coaching staff, he knows LeBron. So put it this way: me and you played together, Chris. I retire, you still playing, and I talk to you like once a week, and I call you and be like, yo, what's up, homie? You know, man, you playing this week? Nah, man, that ankle jacked up, man. I don't think I'm gonna play, but they still got me day to day, but I don't see it. Oh, okay, cool. How the kids? And then next thing you know, I leave and call my bookie and be like, hey, Brian ain't going. Brian ain't praying. You know what I mean? Brian ain't playing. Go ahead and put all your money on this.
Take the Mavericks on the spread. Take the Mavericks.
Exactly.
So you got plausible deniability. That's what you saying.
Yeah.
Nah, let me stop before I get crucified in the comments. I'm just playing. I'm just it's the name that popped up. I know LeBron ain't as of right now. LeBron ain't got nothing to do with this. It's just one of the names that Damon Jones used as inside information. So relax, calm down. I'm just being funny, okay? before they get their pitchforks. I've seen it in the comments already. So
let's approach it this way.
Well, you know what my initial thought was, Mel? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, my initial thought when you just said some of the things that you said, I wasn't really privy to the X-rays, the hand X-rays of people's stuff, and I didn't really hear about that. That's interesting to me. My initial thought is, you mentioned the timing of this. I think you're on the money with that because this is opening nights. You know, we're talking about opening week for the NBA, and like you said, man, there was a lot of really good games, man. You know, I watched a lot of these games, and a lot of these games were really good, man. And some of the big time players, they showed out, man, and they performed. SGA in that first game, I mean, the dude was clutch. He was sensational down the stretch in some of those moments. Steph Curry last night, or Wembanyama the other night. I mean, so we've seen some of this stuff. So like I said, it's kind of being overshadowed by some of this negativity. But when I hear you saying some of those other things about what Chauncey Billups may have been doing and some of these gambling things, it made me think about some of the Westerns that I used to watch when I was a kid, man, that my dad used to always watch, man. And bear with me when I'm talking about the Westerns. You guys remember that gambling was very big in the Western days, right? You see a lot of these Western movies, and they be doing a lot of gambling, right? They're playing poker, right? You see these guys at the table, and all these guys are strapped. Everyone got 6 shooters on, and everyone at any moment, man, could gun you down, man, right? This is where men, where someone could tell you to go outside, and, you know, you got to take 10 paces and turn around and shoot on a brother. And when I'm talking about the gambling, and you're talking about cheating and doing kinds of weird stuff, back in them days, if you cheated at gambling, if you cheated at cards, yo, they would gun you down on the spot, man.
Yeah.
That's how much it meant back in them days.
Yeah, you ain't getting enough from that table.
Hey, how they challenge you to a duel? They take their gloves off and smack you on both sides of your cheek.
Like, yo, we gotta step outside, man.
You know what's crazy about it though, Rob? So I find the timing of it, like you said, to be pretty funny. You wait until NBA opening week, right? These games is the Thunder done went to back-to-back double overtime games. Warriors then came back from a deficit in overtime to win that game. You know, Aaron Gordon dropping 50. Steph went for a classic 42. Like, these games have been crazy, right? Yeah. But then, like, you hear, like, they say that they've been building this case for 2.5 years, and it all started from, you know, the Terry Rozier time the first time in like 2023. But then you start hearing stuff where they're saying, well, this stuff was when Chauncey Billups was playing. Well, Chauncey Billups ain't played in almost well over a decade, if I'm not mistaken, right? So which one is it? You've been building this case for 2 years, you just got the information now, or this has been back when these guys was playing? Like, I'm hearing Kevin Garnett involved now, Jared Vanderbilt and Gabe Vincent implied now. So which one is it? Y'all just pulling this out, and all of a sudden y'all got this information. Y'all been stacking this for a while, and y'all just was like, now we got enough to actually, you know, go get these guys. What's the deal? Why you waiting until NBA opening week? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yep. Well, I mean, listen, this ain't no real, like, you can't tease me with 5 mob families and then tease me with 2 years worth of 2+ years worth of investigation. Tell me this is tens of thousands or tens of millions of dollars involved. Sophistication to as far as X-rays and rigged shuffler machines, and you telling me all this stuff, crazy. And then you come back with Chauncey Billups. That's how I know this is a clown show. Like, there's no wait. You told me 5 crime families. Like, I need to see one Italian in cuffs.
And what's crazy is not like no little crime families. Like, these is well-known names that he said.
Well, we don't know if they was Italian, no, Mel.
He said the Gambino family. I doubt that's
I didn't see the name.
Oh no, he said Lucchese, the Lucchese family, like
all of them that you hear on the movie. Everything I heard on American Gangster, all them these families go back to when they first got here, right? He said this involves all 5 of them, but Chauncey Billups is the one that you got in shackles in courtroom. You got to be kidding.
What a clutch sports shirt on, sweatshirt on.
Yo, listen, this is the reality for a lot of these NBA players, these ex-NBA players, for us, the normal everyday common folk, the people who go out there, what I'm saying, and work everyday jobs, man. We look at a lot of these professional athletes as like, big time people, rich and famous, and we think, damn, man, these people got so much money. But they're never on the level of, like you mentioned, some of these really higher up people that are ultimately at the top of a lot of these organizations and these companies and stuff, man. Like, so ultimately, like you mentioned, Chauncey Billups is going to be the guy to take the fall. These little peons, essentially, is what Chauncey Billups is. He's like, the Patsy for these people.
Yo, Mikey Brad said correction is 6 crime families. You forgot to talk about clutch sports.
That might be the biggest one of all. They might have took over everybody.
Hey,
they might have surpassed all the other crime families. Got to answer to them.
Yeah, look, listen. JP is spamming this Kawhi allegations in the chat, so he wants our attention. Real quick, do anybody want to talk about Kawhi allegations in midst of this? Like,
I'll say something real quick. The Kawhi allegations was under the table, allegedly between owner and player. The FBI was not involved. The FBI, however, is involved with this stuff. Yeah. I think this one carries a little more weight.
Right.
Listen, he's saying we talking about Kawhi, but we won't. We won't talk about Kawhi, but we talking about LeBron. This has nothing to do with LeBron, dude. We talking about Chauncey Billups, man. Hey, man, wipe your coochie and put a pad on and just sit back and relax and do the show, man.
I don't know how I feel about that comment.
Crazy.
No, man, some people get more about LeBron, man. I mean, so it is what it is.
You know what? That's my fault. That's my fault because I mentioned LeBron. That's on me. That's on me. Nah, man, but this shit is crazy because like when I seen it came out, I was like, all right, Terry Rozier, and then it was like 15 minutes later, Chauncey Billups, and I was like, Chauncey, the Chauncey one hit a little closer for me, Pistons fan, Mr. Big Shot. I fuck with Chauncey, you know what I'm saying? And he got a chance to be a head coach, you know what I'm saying? Hall of Fame, all this. And I'm just like, nah, not Chauncey. It can't be Chauncey. And then, like, you start, and the more names is rolling out. Cash Patel did the press conference, and it was like, crime families, 30 more defendants, this, that, and the third, building evidence for years. I'm just like, man. And you know what? It's kind of crazy because you see all these former athletes like Charles, Shaq, you know what I'm saying? Even LeBron, current athletes, LeBron doing all these gambling sportbook commercials, you know what I'm saying? So gambling is so almost hand in hand with sports now. And it's like now it seems like almost like kind of playing in our face. You feel me? Now you can't beat the allegations that the game is rigged. You can't beat the allegations that strings are being pulled, whether it be by the low man like a Terry Rozier, which, whatever. His is believable. Like, hey, take the under. I'm going to leave early. You going to hit. Boom. That's believable. But then you start thinking about, like, do I really believe Chauncey Billups just was like, I'm going to go play some illegal poker with some shades that could read the cards? It's just like, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, how is this going to affect gambling and sports moving forward? Is the trust broken now, or are they going to start removing the gambling away from the sports side of it? Or
no, that money too long, and that contract is long as well. So gambling and sports and Vegas and sports ain't going nowhere. That's a done deal. So the only thing that's going to happen is they go crack down on the players. But I mean, at the end of the day, we're approaching this like it's something real. We know it's not real. Like, I can't stress enough. They said 5 crime families, and they brought Chauncey Billups to us on a silver platter. I'm like, dude, come on, you can't be serious. Like, you can't be serious. I mean, just think about it. Okay, what is he accused of? What I've read is that they put together the poker games, and it's in different cities, right? Different places, right? they're using Chauncey Billups' name. Like Chauncey Billups is telling people, oh yeah, it's the like they've been describing this as the Chauncey Billups poker game. Yeah, it's Chauncey Billups poker game, blah, blah, blah. And so Chauncey Billups has been, I guess, the mouthpiece telling people about this poker game. And like, imagine you got professional poker people that actually play poker in tournaments, the ones that be on ESPN2, like those, imagine those real poker players. And there's a soundbite that was from a year or two ago of a professional poker player who has a podcast who said that Chauncey Billups is associated with poker games that are rigged. I'm never going back. And he explained it in detail. And what he said is that you will have professional poker players that are losing to people like Rasheed Wallace, right? He didn't say Rasheed Wallace's name, but he was like regular people who were not pros at poker would come in there and win, and the professionals would be losing money. And that's when I realized, nah, this ain't real. And he said he had friends that would go back to it because he was like, I got to be able to beat them dudes. They don't know what they're doing. But it was rigged for them to win. And they're saying Chauncey Billups was getting people to come to the game, but he's not the one who created the game and rigged the game. He's just someone that was a middleman to get people there. That's what he's supposedly, allegedly done.
But somehow you using that and time in the same breath, you saying 5 crime families, you saying Chauncey Billups too. But if this is the allegation of what Chauncey Billups was doing,
you know what? Yeah, he said Matt Berkeley. I got that.
That one was just recently. I think that was just the other day.
Did y'all hear that soundbite?
I seen a bit of it with him and Pat McAfee.
I'm gonna pull it up. Y'all go ahead and talk. But but listen, you have to go to the top. You can't say you've been investigating this for 2 years and the only thing you got is a middleman. Good, you got to go to the top. And I guess that's the beginning of it. See if you can get Chauncey to snitch. But come on, dog. Press conference.
You know what I feel like I'm getting, or I've realized over the last, I don't know, a couple of years, as far as gambling, and they've been legalizing, or I don't know, quote unquote legalizing this stuff. I mean, is that it doesn't make any sense. Gambling doesn't make any sense. I feel like there's no way to quantify what you can and cannot gamble on, how you can gamble, what you're like. There's too many parameters. There's too many unknowns. There's too many gray areas when it comes to gambling. It's okay for these people to gamble over here, but not these people over here to gamble. It's for you to gamble on this, but not gamble on that. It's for you to gamble this way, but not that way. I really don't get it, man. I've never personally been a gambler. I've been living a life where I don't have money to gamble. Like, I live check to check. So the money that I have goes to gas and stuff like that. I think we can all kind of understand those kinds of things in life. So for me personally, gambling would be like a dangerous thing to do. Like, damn, man, we can't gamble. We can't do these kinds of things. I was never into that. I'm not knocking anyone that does gamble. I get the excitement of it. Absolutely. I've gambled on football games before. Yo, man, I bet you breakfast at work tomorrow. The Giants will win the game. I've done all kinds of things like that. I've been in some little pools for $20. You're getting a Super Bowl pool. We've all done things like this, but I've never considered myself a gambler. For these people, like I said, these guys and people that are involved in this kind of stuff, there's no way for you to know what you're doing is okay or not okay. And like I said, you're putting yourself and you're involving yourself in some of these people that you don't want to be involved with, these savory kinds of characters. These people are dangerous, man. I talked about with the Gilbert Arenas. We talked about this Gilbert Arenas thing. You're out here messing around with dangerous individuals, people who are not going to get in trouble when you disappear. They're going to go to breakfast the next day, man, and it ain't nothing to be nothing about it, man.
Ain't no way in the world I would have let. And what Gilbert did was supposedly he let people use a house that he owned. But I mean,
people know where you live. They know your name. They know your face. These people are crazy. You know what I'm saying? These people crazy, man. They don't play about their money. They don't play about their money.
They don't. Let me play this professional Matt Berkeley, and y'all let me know if y'all can hear this.
And then you send it in and you get your little toy.
God, kids are so manipulated.
Man, to touch on Benny real quick, like just like his attitude at the game, he was always just like so semi-happy, semi-grumpy, and like, man. I would have never thought we were being cheated by this man this whole time. Like if he didn't just like completely smash the game.
Played the shit reg to a T.
Right.
Yeah, like the absolute perfect shit reg.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Cheating's bad, okay?
It is.
There are a lot of stories about it. There's one that cropped up. This must have been like 5 years ago, 2019-ish, I think, 4 years ago. Where there was this game. It started in LA and then it came to Vegas for a few days, and it was all built around Chauncey Billups. And I had heard about the game, and the person who told me about it was like, "Look, I know the game runners. I'm telling you 100% this game is on the up and up." And I was like, "Well, I know a lot of the people that are involved, and I'm telling you 100% that it is not on the up and up."
Yeah.
And we kind of went back and forth, and I agreed that like I just wasn't going to go play it, but I had some friends who went and played it both in LA and in Vegas, and it obviously like was for sure confirmed to be cheated.
Mhm.
Like people who clearly didn't even understand the rules of No Limit Hold'em are just like jamming hundreds of big blinds in with like a gutty. And then just drilling it.
Yeah.
Only the pros are losing. Like,
how is it figured out? Like, it just
I can't remember if this was the game where
no over
What?
the loudspeaker.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
that was Pierce.
Oh, okay. Well, it's still. I mean, it's not like Chauncey and Pierce don't know each other. You know. I feel like it's probably the same.
So I stop it there, but he was explaining the game, and then he was talking about something else, and the other guy was like, "Nah, that one was Pierce." So evidently, that's another name they threw out there. Evidently, Pierce got one of these games too. I don't know what the crime families are doing when they put the game together and say we need a face of this game to attract people, right? And I don't know how involved these people that are the face are they at the games? Do they play in them? Or are they just telling people about them and saying that this is the Chauncey Billups or the Paul Pierce game? You get what I'm saying? Like how the people that are prosecuting them going to link them to the games itself and prosecute them and find them guilty of what? Because at the end of the day, the people who are creating the rigged games is the one that's mostly at fault, in my opinion.
Yeah, but they don't want to wake up next to a stallion head, man. I'm telling you, yo, they ain't playing games, man. They ain't worried about Chauncey Billups. They ain't worried about none of them other dudes. Them dudes is all there to take the fall. And see, these guys got to be smarter than this, man. These people putting themselves in these positions, man. Come on, damn it. What's wrong with you fools? Everybody's so damn greedy, man. My God.
Yeah.
Well, like, really, what you going to do with an extra 10 grand, man? What you going to do with an extra $50,000? Come on, man. My goodness.
Yeah, but one thing you don't want to do is cross any mob family. That
for sure.
There's a difference, when you talk about these so-called gangsters and these whatever, and they out here just killing people just for the fun of it, for the heck of it. But the mob families, they mess you up when you mess up their business. They all about their business, and that includes the ones they put out in the forefront. You think you're gonna snitch on me? Watch when you go to jail. Watch what happens when you wake up next to you. So they got to continuously watch their backs. Like, these are people you do not want to mess with whatsoever. They're no joke.
And ain't no way I'm turning an informant under the FBI that's under this current administration. Ain't no way I'm about to rely on them to protect me.
They're not going to protect you. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, you the wrong. Let's be for real. I love being black. I love it more than anything. But they the wrong color to think they're gonna get protected by this government. Let's be for real.
Man, what?
I don't know if I should say that, but like, you think they gonna protect you? Come on now.
Bro, no, ain't no way.
Watch who you get involved with, please.
Shout out to Gemini Girl for the $5 cash. At the moment, he said Lacosta knows that the ish got serious. Sports and Fitness Rants, MDS together. I love it. Make it happen more often. Male, wipe your what? You a man? Yeah. Nah, for real, Britne, you right. And listen though, this is the last thing I say about it, man, because I'm just baffled by this dude said at this game that most of the pros would lose. Like, what were they doing at these games? Like, they rigging it for the pros to lose. I just don't understand. I don't get it, and I still don't see the connection with Chauncey Billups. I just don't see it. They got to spell it out for me.
The little video I saw earlier that had Matt Berkey talking to Pat McAfee about it, he was like, he's gotten invites to stuff like that before, and he was like, you know, it gave off kind of iffy. It was shady vibes, and you know, he's had friends that have also gotten invites. It's like it's something that you have to get invited to, but I think they picked that, like, you know, they go after some pros, right? Because, you know, whatever. But then I think they also try to target, you know, obviously people with money who can do it and like to gamble, but aren't necessarily privy to exactly how the workings of poker goes.
Right, but how does that link to Chauncey though?
Everybody wants to be around celebrities. You know, you think
so Chauncey was at the games?
That's what they're alleging.
No, what did Matt Berkeley say? Did Berkeley say that Chauncey used to be at the games? I
didn't see the whole clip, but some of the stuff that I've been seeing online is like Chauncey is not like the head guy of these poker setups, but what it is they target like one or two people, and everybody is in on the con except the invited people. So the dealer's in. They got a couple of fake bodies at the table that's in. Chauncey's in.
Now here's the real question. Here's the real question. Britne, answer this for me. Here's the real question. And why is the FBI interested in that?
In what?
And rigged poker games. At somebody's house.
They ain't paying taxes. That's what it is. They coming for that money. When you go to casinos,
regulated. It's illegal.
Right.
You gotta have a license. Exactly. You gotta be licensed.
What's the first thing they do when you went over a certain amount? That's the first question they ask. How you want to pay your taxes? The government wants their money and all of it. That is the number one thing that they trying to come after. And if you're not paying the government, yeah, they're gonna shut that down real quick.
Now, see what you said right there, Brittany? That's the whole point here. See, and that's the thing. And that's what I was mentioning before, because it's okay for them, but it's not okay for them. So how many people of these people, they ain't paying taxes? You think these big dudes in the mafia, they ain't paying taxes. They laundering money, man. You know what I'm saying? They doing other things. They ain't pay. Me and you gotta pay taxes. They'll come after us for a couple of $100 funky dollars, but them big dudes ain't paying millions of dollars in taxes, and they ain't saying nothing about them dudes. That's why I said this kind of gambling is unregulated. So if you, like you said, Mel, it's a good point. Like, who cares what you're doing at home? It shouldn't really be a big deal. But that's the thing, because she's absolutely right. But the problem is, these other people, they don't got to pay their taxes. It don't matter to them. They write everything off. Oh, everything, I'm writing it off. Just write everything off. It's like that episode from Seinfeld. He was like, you don't even know what a write-off is. He's like, yeah, but they do, and they're the ones writing it off.
You want to know, and just to think about any movie you've ever seen, whether it be a comedy or whatever, like Rush Hour, when Chris Tucker busted in on his brother in the back of the restaurant, and that setup, or you know, you got these other movies and stuff like that.
That's a great scene.
Yeah, great scene with that 3-piece all red suit.
Hell yeah.
Or they got these big old underground operations underneath like these clubs or whatever, right? So like Britne and Robert talking about, it's about the taxes, but when you are part of the gaming commission, when you're actually like legalized, the thing that makes Vegas and like Atlantic City so you know successful is because you got people coming in hand over fist. You're gonna make what you pay in taxes back in a weekend, right? Especially if a fight is in town, or you know whatever you got going on, you're gonna make that back, right?
Yeah.
But these crime organizations and stuff like that, it's quick money that they don't got to report about. You keep it underground and you pocket everything. Like you said, the house always wins, right? So you don't got to pay taxes. You pocketing everything. It's a very lucrative. It's dangerous because once you get caught, you caught. That's you going up. But that's a lot of it's a easy way for these crime organizations to have constant big money rolling in consistently.
Crazy. All right, let's move.
I feel like we gotta watch what we say on here. Man,
Nah, for real. Nah, for real. We do.
Like, hold
We
on.
do. Bro, I felt weird. Weird when I said something about them families. I mean,
Felt a little dirty.
yeah. I don't listen. Hey, look.
We
I
just
don't want
report
no
the
smoke,
news.
man.
We just report the news. That's it.
Yeah, I don't want no smoke.
We journalistic media, dog. We ain't. Hey, I bet legally, dog.
I don't
You
even
too
like.
young to be talking like that, man.
Yeah, I don't even like fish, so I don't want to sleep with them.
And I don't need no cement shoes. I got enough shoes behind me. I don't need no cement shoes. Good.
Nah. Listen. Yeah, let's just move.
Let's talk about the good side of opening week.
Yeah, let's talk about the good side of opening week, man. We're gonna try to touch everything that was significant that we seen, starting with opening night, which belonged to NBC. That was they got the first, like, out of all these networks, they got NBA rights. Amazon Prime, Peacock. Amazon Prime, NBC, and Peacock, and then ESPN. They all got their hands in it. They all get games, but we got to see NBC first. We seen their new panelists: Carmelo, T Mac, Maria Taylor, Vince Carter. We seen Reggie, Jamal Crawford, and then at halftime we seen the GOAT come on with an entire Madea mask of makeup on, and a boring segment at halftime. If I'm being honest, the segment
wasn't
was
what I
boring.
thought it was gonna be either, bro.
Yeah, I knew. I mean, of course he's still the GOAT, but that jump was boring. I'm sorry. I mean, so let's start with MJ and
When was the last time?
NBC. How y'all think they did?
Born and not. I heard it was like an hour, 2-hour interview. He got like $40 million. I sit there with all that makeup on.
And we only got 5 minutes of it. They're gonna take that interview and they're gonna stretch it across.
Stretch it across.
That interview to All-Star break. Then we're gonna get another interview for the rest of the season.
$40 million for that for an hour, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy. That's why he's GOAT.
And of all the things they could have, and they gonna, I've seen it because it's like, and make sure you tune in next week for MJ's thoughts on load management. Like they doing this like a little series, man. Like damn. Yeah. And of course, it's only gonna be during halftime, so we only gonna get snippets of it. If you're gonna do that, drop the interview somewhere we can go watch it in its entirety. I can damn the halftime shit.
Boy, they about to drag this out like a bad marriage, boy. Just get it over with.
Talking about when was the last time you picked up a basketball? I don't care,
bro.
Gave us that sappy free throw story. This kid was like, he had heard all the stories, and that was the most pressure I felt in a long time. Nobody cared.
Did you say it? Of course
I did.
Of course I did. Man, Mike's so daggone funny, man. Golly, man.
Listen. With them cracked up fingers, man, he can't hold straight. them fingers, Yeah, and I had the basketball, and I love the game.
Tune in next week when Mike tells us how he put lotions on his ankles. Come on, man. What are we talking about, dog?
Golly, like that was for all the hype.
Good. The ratings was good.
Man, they got what they wanted, man. For all the hype that they said. For all the hype that they brought was like, yeah, MJ's gonna be a special contributor. If this is the special contribution, y'all can keep that shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Chris, that's what pissed me off the most. I'm thinking he gonna show up maybe during halftime, talk about a game, talk about what's going on.
Yeah, opening night,
every so many weeks come out and just talk about what's going on.
You gonna drop a pre-recorded, chopped up interview? Nah, be there with T Mac and Melo and Vince and Maria. Be on the floor. Opening night, everybody there.
Crib. He didn't even leave his crib, dog. They came to him.
To him
during the summertime. They came to him during the summertime. He recorded it 2 months ago, dog.
MJ
you talk about the fleece of the year. That's how NBC got the deal. That's how hey, we can go get MJ. It was like MJ. It was like MJ.
Exactly.
Any capacity. It was like, however you want MJ, we can get MJ.
Yeah.
It was like,
we have to remember what this was all why this came about. That's what we have to understand. This is not about Michael Jordan. This is about the NBA struggling for ratings and views and people to watch the games. That's what this is about, guys. So ultimately, what Michael Jordan or whatever you said, whatever capacity that he was going to come back in, it was about trying to get people to watch the games. So, like you mentioned, Mel, the games were watched by people, and the games opening night. I watched the opening night game between Oklahoma City and the Houston Rockets. I thought it was sensational the way it ended. The second half, the 2 overtimes, I thought it was a great game. So the opening night for NBA on NBC was a success. They brought back the music, right? That's the whole soundtrack that you said. So the nostalgia is what they were trying to capture. And I think that's what they did. I agree. Michael Jordan looked weird as hell. Michael Jordan out there looking like a raisinette with makeup on, man.
Yeah, they got
as hell. So listen, and Michael Jordan, you once again, I represent Michael Jordan. But yes, the makeup was a little bit over much. I mean, the man had makeup on like Little Richard out there.
They messed him up, man. You can't do the GOAT like that, man. I was pissed off. I wasn't mad at Mike. I was mad at NBC for making Mike look like that, man. That's the GOAT. You gotta get the GOAT. You gotta get the Michael Jordan of makeup to do Michael Jordan's makeup, man. You can't have him looking like Charles, your lunch is ready. No, you had that man looking like daggone. Come on now, Miss Netta.
Mel, nobody can get mad at Mike. Like, Mike did a smart financial move, although he didn't need it. He got $40 million to sit his behind in his own chair to get interviewed for an hour. Like, he fleeced the hell out of them for easy money. That's the easiest money he ever got in his life.
We gotta see what it ends up being as far as what it's gonna get, like what the ratings are gonna be, and what this is gonna do for the, like you said, if they're gonna keep doing this, throughout the season, they have to ultimately see at the end of the year if this works out.
Yeah, I got to see some Kobe detail stuff from Mike at some point. Talk about
that's what I was expecting.
What you think in the first half of the game. Yeah, it's halftime. Talk about we just watched the full game, and then halftime is here. Mike is right there, and you showing us something that he recorded 2 months before. We want to hear you talk about the freaking game. What did you see from Anthony Edwards? He called you. What did you teach him? Is he doing what you told him to do and all this stuff? Like, we want to hear that. Kobe detail was a hit, right? So so I would love to see something like that from Mike. But
from Mike, he gonna own this. He gonna own the network. That's how you
for real. He probably already got some stock in it.
Right.
Yeah, but
as far as the games go, minus the Michael Jordan trash.
Let's start with the Rockets game first,
man.
Because that was a double overtime thriller.
That was a good opener. That was a good opener, brother. I was a little nervous. I figured that, and you saw the chemistry woes with Houston, right? But even with that, and then OKC not having their number 2, it still made for a good game. Rockets was able to stay. Sengun had a sensational game. KD poured in an additional 23. You know what I'm saying? The game was just. But you know what?
Houston should have won that game.
They should have.
We not gonna let your boy KD off the hook. We not let your boy KD off the hook.
That boy definitely called timeout. That boy definitely called timeout.
Even before the timeout, he missed those free throws.
He missed the free throw,
and that's when they should have won.
And
he got cooked up by SGA.
Even more so than they could have got the win with that free throw. I could have hit my parlay with that free throw. But
see where you went with that? You're right to the gambling.
I would lead that beat. KD, when I see you, we gonna have words. Just work on your free throws, brother.
This how you this comment on the screen right here. This is how you shut somebody down that's biased. He said KD with only 23 is despicable. I'm gonna ask you a question. I don't even know who his favorite player is, but I'm just gonna ask him a question. Is Nikola Jokic with 21 last night despicable? Like, because I'm trying to figure out, like, so Aaron Gordon was on a heater and went for 50. When somebody's on a heater like that,
you let him go.
Even if you're the best player, it's not your turn to say, let me slow him down so I can get me. Nah, you ride with that. So Sengun was on a heater just like that.
Mm-hmm.
So what was KD supposed to do? Say, nah, Sengun, I need to take the ball out of your hand so I can make sure I get 30. So somebody cannot say I'm despicable. So Lone Soldier, real question. Is the 21 points you seen Jokic get last night despicable?
Listen, Amen Thompson took more three-point attempts and more shots overall than Kevin Durant in that game. That's not acceptable. You're not going to get it done. Kevin Durant's there to score the basketball and to take shots. He just came out and said that defense is easy. All you got to do is bend your knees and slide your feet. I'm here to make shots. My man, and you have to make shots, dude. You can't be getting outshot by Amen Thompson. You have to be aggressive. Kevin Durant needs to have that mindset. That's all they need him to do on this team. They have guys that can defend. They got guys that can rebound. He has to be a leader and knock down shots. 23 points is not enough. You're absolutely right, man. I get that point. You're right. Sengun was balling out. He was doing his thing. He was playing his game. But Kevin Durant can't just sit back and let Amen Thompson went 0 for 7 from three-point range. In the same game, Lou Dort went 0 for 8. Who are these guys who think that they can shoot threes like that? Get your ass in the paint.
Well,
let me
that's
push back to that real quick. Like I get you 100%. I hear you, but again, we gotta respect the heater, right? So Jokic, like we saw it with Aaron Gordon, KD
Gordon
saw
went
it
for
with
50,
Sengun.
guys. Sengun went for 33. It's not the same
No,
thing.
Sengun went for 39.
Okay, is that 50? Is that 50? Aaron Gordon hit 10 for 11 threes, guys. It ain't the same thing as Sengun. I watched the entire second half, man. Kevin Durant should have been more aggressive. Look at his second half numbers. He disappeared the entire second half, Durant.
He didn't disappear. I'm gonna tell you what happened. They took the ball out of his hand. Reed Shepherd. That's coaching. That's coaching. But and hopefully we get into it when we get to the next time. We're gonna start in 5. But Katie said that he plays whatever role he's needed to play. When we was talking about the bus driver comment that Charles had made back then, he was like, I put the gas in the bus. I was the gas. I was the driver. I rode in the back. I'm the axles. I'm the wheels. I'm whatever you need me to be. And that's how he plays his game. He even said his style of leadership. I'm not always the guy that's, rah, follow me. He's like, sometimes I need to be led too. It's whatever is needed in the moment. That's who I'm going to be. So in that time, right, I feel like he showed up when he felt like he needed to be that guy. When he seen that Sengun was hooping, he was hooping. Also, we forget he got in foul trouble and ended up fouling out. And also in late regulation and overtime, they took the ball out of his hand. It was more Reed Shepherd to Sengun. It was more, kind of that way because of the foul trouble. They were just kind of like, and then they had Lou Dort playing defense on him. It was a little difficult for KD to really, although KD in the second half started getting to his spot, it was looking easy. That's coaching. But that comes with, this is the first game, the first live action, right? All that's going to come with building this chemistry. It's game 1 of 82. Got to give them time. And the fact that it was like that and they lost by 1 in double overtime is very impressive to me.
You just said that OKC didn't have their second best player. Come on, man. Y'all not going to give KD no smoke for that. The man, listen, it wasn't 1 or 2 blunders. The man called timeout. He called it so aggressively that Sengun came over and tried to tackle him and stop him from calling timeout. That's how bad it was. And when you talk about the shots and, the coaching, and we're blaming the coaching. Kevin Durant is a basketball god. He's told us. Kevin Durant, they'll tell me, is the most skilled offensive player. If that's the case, then you have to be going out there. Like I mentioned, I watched the entire second half in double overtime. That man disappeared down the stretch. And when you talk about the foul trouble, that's on Kevin Durant because he's the one telling us defense is easy. Defense is not easy. Everyone knows defense ain't easy. That's why these dudes don't want to play defense. So when you're in that moment, you're one-on-one on an island with SGA, and you get put on skates, and then you leave your feet. Once again, Kevin Durant's a 17, 18-year veteran. Why are you leaving your feet in that moment, man? This is a low IQ moment from Kevin Durant. So you combine all of those, along with the missed free throw that you mentioned at the end of the fourth quarter, which allowed them to come down and tie the game up. This man was, I don't even know what you want to say. He was stumbling and bumbling out there.
Yeah, so here's and I was critiquing Kevin Durant from the first quarter all the way to the fourth in our group chat. So Chris already heard all my critique about Kevin Durant. I was giving him major smoke the whole game. All right. So what I don't like about Kevin Durant and what I'm starting to see as a trend ever since he's been in Phoenix, right? So the same issues Phoenix had last year, I just seen with the Rockets, except for the defensive part. The defense was a lot better than what I seen in Phoenix, but the same stagnation on offense and the buckets being very hard. Like, man, how come Houston not getting easy buckets? Like Kevin Durant is such a good scorer. How come look, it ain't even the point. That's part of it. That's part of it. But I'm just talking about with Kevin Durant. He's fell into the trap, which he wasn't in that trap in Golden State or in OKC. But now that he's gotten older since Phoenix, he's fell under the trap where he wants to create his offense from the top of the key with the ball in his hand, like Luka, LeBron, and Harden, and SGA, and all those. And he just not built to do it at 7 foot with that long and that smaller frame, because once them little guards like Dort get up under you and the rest are letting you, they all in your hip pocket pushing you and dribble, and you 7 foot and the ball got to travel from here to the ground on a frail body that can be pushed around while you trying to dribble and get to the hole. It's too easy to push you off your path if the ref's not going to help you out with the whistle. So that's why Kevin Durant gets so many turnovers and just it just looked bad because he's trying to initiate the offense from dribble drive from the top of the key and with screens. That's not his game. He's got to figure out some other stuff. And then when he don't do the dribble drive, he go in the post, which is good. But when he go in the post, he only I guarantee you 9 times out of 10, if he's in the post, it's going to be the fadeaway.
Fadeaway
every single time. There's never a up and under. There's never trying to get into the dude's chest before you do something. Like, you're never tricking him. It's always a fadeaway, which is hard for him not to do, because at 7 foot, I can easily shoot under you. Why would I want to go up and under when I'm already at 7 foot? I mean, Dirk, went over you at 7 foot a lot as well. So I understand the thought process, but you got to also understand you can never go in the post with a mouse in the house and never make him pay and punish him, because if you're fading away, you're never going to get him in foul trouble. You're never going to give him a different look other than fade away. So that's his game. Dribble drive, pull up from the mid, or post, fade away, and he don't have nothing else to his game, which he does, but he's not using it. Right? So Kevin Durant has to reinvent his whole game and thought process and watch more Kobe and Mike. And he just got to get out of his thought process that he can just shoot over everybody and fade away in the post. Do something else.
37, I don't know how that's going to happen, but if he's going to be willing to do that. But let me ask you guys something. Being that he is the OG or the vet, the big time vet on this younger Houston Rockets team, what do you guys think his role will be? I understand he's a high paid player in this league and things like that, but for this particular young team, what do you think his role will be or should be?
I mean, he like Robin said, he's a hired gun. He's a scorer. So what I would like, number one, his role to be is, I would like to see him empty his clip when they need it. I don't want to see a close game where you're going head to head with the MVP and the champion, and in the fourth quarter the ball is in his hand and he's making plays, but in the fourth quarter you can't get a shot off. I watched Steph last night. He was able to get shots off in a crucial game and they pulled out a win, right? So Kevin Durant is a great scorer, probably greater than some of them dudes, but he's not emptying his clip, because I don't know if his goal is to score but shoot 60% all the time. But like, dude, you don't have to be a fit. Like Kobe was a 44%.
You're right, Mel.
Yeah, it's like he's thinking about how high his shooting percentage is, and he's not emptying his clip out. Empty your fucking clip out.
No, Mel, man, that is outstanding point, man. That's one of my problems with Kevin Durant. I love Kevin Durant, man. The dude can ball, man. I've always said Kevin Durant, that dude can make shots, man. You need a shot, man. Kevin Durant can make it, man. We all understand. But my problem has been his mentality, his mindset. He doesn't have the Allen Iverson mindset. He don't have the Kobe Bryant mindset. He don't have the Michael Jordan mindset. But like you said, he's just going to go out there and, damn it, if I got to shoot 40% but win the game, I'm going to shoot 40%. I'm going to miss some of these shots, but I'm going to go out there and be aggressive. Like you mentioned, I'm going to go out there, take it to the rack. I'm going to hit him with something different, man. I'm going to keep doing this because that's what he needs to do. Britne, you asked the question, and I think, like Mel was talking about, He needs to be the guy to make the shots, but he needs to be the guy to make the shots when it counts. He needs to be the clutch time performer for the Houston Rockets, and he needs to be their leader. That's all he needs to do on this team. I mean, look at their lineup, man. Yo, he was out there, the starting lineup. When you got Amen Thompson, this dude could do all kinds of things out there on the basketball court, man. He can offensive rebound and affect the game that way. He can get on the break. We all see what he can do on the defensive end. You got Steven Adams out there on the court, man. I forgot they had Steven Adams until I saw him out there opening night. That dude is big. He gets in the way, man. He can set good screens. He can do a lot of things, like I said, without needing the ball in his hands. You don't got to give that man the ball. You don't got to do nothing for Steven Adams, man. Yo, Steven Adams just go out there. There's the Jabari out there. Jabari Smith Jr. out there doing his thing, man. So when you're talking about the young talent, and like I said, and you mentioned, what they need him to do. Yo, he all he had to do is be a clutch time performer and be a leader for them. And he wasn't clutch in that opening night game.
I mean, he wasn't horrible. I wasn't mad.
He wasn't horrible. He wasn't clutch, though.
I wasn't mad, but
was clutch.
I expected more from him, and I don't want to keep going into games that they lose, and I'm saying I expected more from Kevin Durant because he didn't disappoint like that at OKC. He didn't disappoint like that at Golden State. He didn't disappoint like that at Brooklyn. It's just something about leaving Brooklyn and going to Phoenix and playing with Booker, where I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened.
So you mentioned OKC, Golden State, and Brooklyn. I think Brooklyn was the last time, and this is gonna kill me to say it. This is gonna kill me to say it. But Brooklyn was the last time where Kevin Durant, I feel like, wanted the control, wanted to be the guy, wanted to be the alpha. I think after Brooklyn, he felt like that he had done enough. And once he got on with Booker, the younger guy, the one before he got over there. And then, now in Houston, what I'm saying? He's seeing what Sengun can do, seeing what Thompson can be. Right now, he knows, I can still be Kevin Durant. Right. We know that Kevin Durant is going to be Kevin Durant. But at the same time, I feel like he is trying to give way to these younger players and making it feel like, hey, just because my name is KD, just because I am who I am, should not subtract from who you are. I'm gonna let
and that might be his way, and that might be Sengun. Yeah, that might be his way of making everybody feel more comfortable. But when it's not working, that's when you got to adjust. And I
think we would. And
but we don't know if it's not going to work or not. It's been one game.
Exactly. And even though they lost that one game, the one game was close, right? So of course,
they should have won.
They should have won. And the defense looks good. And Amen Thompson and Reed Shepherd didn't look comfortable, and they still were in the game because the defense was there. Now they had a rebound. They had a size advantage, so they should have had a rebounding advantage, which they did early on. But something happened later where they wasn't getting the offensive rebounds.
Adams was tired, and you could see it, and which is why I don't like them running a double big lineup.
Like I'm fine. I'm fine with it. It's just that all that good defense they played, they could have went up double digits and stayed up double digits if the offense was there, and they didn't. The offense just wasn't fluent. It wasn't good. I don't know how they were still in that game.
Yeah,
like they should have. It was the defense really.
But I'll say this. Like I said, game 1 of 82. Right, it's a long season, and adjustments will be made. Right, but I feel like Kevin Durant is in that passing of the torch phase. He's just like, hey, I seen it in the comments. His mentality, we know this. All KD wants to do is just hoop. You just put a ball in his hand and put him on the court. All he wants to do is hoop, right? But I think that if what they're doing is not working, after a while, you'll see more of a, all right, listen, I don't like the direction this is headed. Put the ball in my hands. Let me actually run the team. Let me do this.
I don't want that from Kevin Durant. Like that's his issue. He's playing like this new era, and that's not his game. He should not be 7 foot at the middle of the floor asking for a screen. Kevin Durant don't even need a screen. Like Luka is not going to blow by nobody one-on-one. LeBron can, but he need a run and start, which means he need a screen. You know what I mean? Like KD is not even that type of player where let's do high screen and roll and let me make play. No, that's not his game. He don't need the ball at the top to keep playing like LeBron and Luka. That's his mistake. That's why he's not looking as strong and good as he normally would. With the last time we seen Kevin Durant look very, very powerful and unstoppable was Brooklyn, when James Harden was running the offense and Curry was on the other side, and KD was on the other side. He looked unbelievable and unstoppable, right? I already don't like the style of spread offense, high screen and roll with your best player, and I like it a lot less with a 7-footer that's as small and thin, frail as Kevin Durant. That's just not his game. But let's go on the other side. OKC, no Jalen Williams, 2 double overtime games against the Rockets and against who they played last night.
The
Pacers rematch.
So let me ask y'all
SGA
this.
get 50. What did he get in the first game? 54, 55?
No, in the first game he got 35.
Yeah, second game.
35 and then second game
55.
What y'all seeing from them?
Let me ask y'all a question first before we get into it.
It looks good.
Is these 2 games saying more so about OKC or more so about the talent of the rest of the league?
I'll let Britne take that one.
Shoot. I don't know. I don't know, to be honest with you, but all I know is I like the way OKC is going. I like how they look on both sides of the ball. I mean, it's 2 games into the National Basketball Association, into the season. So to me, you're going to have chemistry issues. You're going to have things that's not so, like you guys said, they don't have their full starting lineup out there just yet. But everybody who steps on that court is ready to play, ready to go. It's really like next man up and they're young. The young SGA. Oh my, I don't know. I think right now, if I had to me, it's more about OKC right now.
They look good.
They look really, really good.
They didn't lose anything.
I didn't like the fact that they had 2 back-to-back games already that they're in double overtime.
You talking about the 2 overtimes?
The 2 overtimes. I think they have to figure that out a little bit, but that's going to take time. But I'm seeing things that I love. That you can see the chemistry is there. Defensively, they are juggernauts defensively. And I'm not gonna lie, especially in that first game. At first, I wasn't so sure about Chet. I thought his size and stuff will be an issue. That young man is showing me something different. He's like, I don't give a darn. He's like the Devontae Smith of the NFL or of the NBA. Like, size don't matter over here. So he is tough. So yeah, I like OKC. I really do.
I'm gonna say both. I'm gonna say these first 2 games has been an indication of what we can expect from OKC, but also everybody else because they're the defending champs, so they're gonna get everybody's best shot. Yeah, so these guys, like especially playing the Rockets, that was a measuring stick. Hey man, we got an opportunity to be a contender, and we got OKC game 1. This is a measuring stick to see how good we are. Right. And this is also an opportunity to show the world how good we are. That's number 1. Number 2, Indiana was like, oh, this is a rematch. So everybody's going to have a reason on why they want to be, especially in the West, on why they're going to give their best shot to OKC all season long. So 2 double overtime games, they're showing me that everybody do not want to lose against them, and they're going to compete every single game. So they're going to have to use their bench this year.
And I got to give the Pacers credit. You one of your star players is out for the season, and you still took this team without Halliburton to double overtime. That was tough.
Benedict Mathurin, man.
That is tough. I didn't know they was going to step up like that. So that is the one knock I do have against OKC. Like, Halliburton is not there. You probably should have just, I was going to say, route them up like we in football, but you know what I mean. But you guys know it blew them out a little bit. But they didn't. They hung in there tough and took them. Unfortunately, in the second overtime, they just fell a little short. But
I mean, did you see the shots Indiana was making, though? They couldn't miss in the fourth quarter. I was like, man, and that was everybody. It was Walker. It was Siakam.
It turned the magnet on.
Yeah, everybody was hitting. I was like, man, what the hell is going on? And it was SGA shots, like fadeaway, contested jump shot, mid-range. I'm like, everybody's making them. I said, that's insane.
I think, we saw it in the finals, right? Like, everybody going into the finals figured, oh man, this is a runaway. It's going to be a sweep or a gentleman's sweep in favor of OKC. And the Pacers showed you exactly who they were. They was like, nah, we ain't going out like that. And because you had Halliburton, right, you kind of really didn't get to see maybe too much of some of the role players like Benedict Mathurin. Like, yeah, he had a moment, but it was it was pretty much Tyrese Halliburton and Pascal Siakam, and then Miles Turner. That was your three right there. Then your go-tos after that was Nembhard and what was the other cat name? The other shooter,
Mathurin.
No, the other one. It was Nembhard and somebody else. But you didn't really get a chance to see Mathurin like that. And so with Halliburton being out, Mathurin gets to step into that spot. And you know, I don't know if he can maintain this for the whole season. What was the name?
Was it Naismith?
Yes, Naismith. Because he was busting shots too. So I don't know if Mathurin can hold on and maintain this for the entire season. If he can be that step up while Halliburton is gone, but you get the chance for him to be able to showcase that, hey, you know, I can do stuff too. What he dropped, like 32, 34 in that game?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So like, credit to the Pacers, like, for not folding because their number one was gone or their star guy was gone. Like, and I think it does have something to do with the fact that, you know, the Thunder are the team to beat now. They are the champions, you know, but we can't discredit some of these other teams that are coming out there, and because Pacers could have folded. Now we ain't got our guy. But this meant something to the Pacers too. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to them for being able to take the champions to.
I mean, they do got their guy. Siakam was out there. That's their guy.
Yeah, man. And listen, and remember, all the teams in the beginning of the season are good. All the teams are good, right? And who's bad? We don't even know who's bad right now. That's the great thing about the beginning of an NBA season, the beginning of an NFL season, the beginning of a Major League Baseball, whatever the sport is, the beginning of the season, you don't even know who's bad yet. We're assuming, you know, these teams are going to be great. Yeah, we know these guys got great players, and these guys are defending champions, and these guys went to the playoffs last year, and these guys won a division. But until you actually start seeing these teams win some games, start to win some games in a row, start to put it all together, right, with 20, 30, 40 games into the season, then we start to see who's good and who's not good. So right now, all the teams have confidence. I mean, look at the Charlotte Hornets, man. They look sensational opening week. The Charlotte Hornets, they're going to turn the corner. LaMelo Ball, Brandon Miller. They had the highlights on ESPN. But it's the opening week. Everyone's good.
Yeah,
but you know what,
and the same thing can be said because I figured Utah to be, you know, Utah, and the Clippers couldn't tie their boots.
But you know what, Robin got a point, because at this point in time, like, you're game planning, but you know, you're game planning for who you think is going to show up and show out, right? Who you feel like is usually the star players, but then at the beginning of the season, until you get a feel for what these guys do over the course of the season, who'd y'all say that's not a starter for the Pacers?
Benedict Mathurin.
Benedict Mathurin. How many points he have?
Like 30-something, 32, 34.
30, right. So most likely the OKC is not really game planning to stop him, to slow him down. You're going to do defense, it's 5-on-5, of course, but you're not really going to, you know, make him your focal point. So at the beginning of the season, you're going to have these young cats. Oh my gosh, how old am I? These young
auntie.
These young, that's what happens when you around too many old heads. These young guys just go off at the beginning of the season. But I like to give it like 20 games before, you know, you get a feel for how each team is going to be, who their best players are, and then that's when you're going to really focus in on certain players and how to slow down these guys. So
yeah, great point.
Like I guarantee you, Golden State didn't say, "Hey man, let's game plan for Aaron Gordon tonight."
Right, they're not going to do that.
I guarantee you that
might need to now, though. They might need to. Yeah, they might need to, but okay, let's keep it in the West, y'all. Let's go to
I want to talk about one person in particular, Mel.
Who, Wemby?
I like Wemby.
Okay, let's go to Wemby then. Right. Well, actually, they're playing right now, and it's in the second quarter. Wemby only got 10 points right now. So listen.
10 points in the first half is crazy.
Huh?
We knocking 10 points in the first half. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, but what we expect from Wemby is a little bit more than that. Like, I mean, come on now, like
in the game with 30.
Yeah, hold
7-6, 7-6.
Let that man cook.
Right.
Look, Jordan Poole got more points than him. Jordan Poole got 11.
Don't sleep on the Pelicans. Do not sleep on the Pelicans. That game was good too.
Jordan Poole got 11 points more than Wemby, and Zion has already dunked on Wemby.
Well, Zion, that
I
was
mean-
on his bucket list. You know, he back.
Wemby does get dunked on. He has been dunked on quite a few times since he's been.
John Morant called him.
It's the beginning of the season. Zion Williamson is there.
You feel
But
me?
this is my thing. I after I seen game 1 against Dallas, the way he got up for Anthony Davis in Dallas, I want him to get up for every game like that. It's time for him to
Cooper
dominate.
Flag.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
time
Cooper
for him to
Flag.
dominate. I'm ready to say Wemby is the best player in the league. I'm ready to say that, right? I'm ready to say that he's got the potential. It don't have to be SGA.
Mhm.
It don't have to be Jokic. It don't have to be Ant Edwards. It really should be Wemby. But he can't be considered that, and he can't dominate. He's not gonna get up for every game and dominate.
Well, before I give anybody that title, let me see it consistently.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I understand what your skill set may or may not be. We have seen a bunch of people's skill set since the time we started watching basketball, and some people just don't have that mentality to say, I want to be the superstar, I want to be the face of the league, I want to be the best player in the game. So let's get past at least a few weeks before we give him that title. I know
No,
he got the talent.
I'm not giving him no title. I'm saying I'm ready to say it, and I'm tired of seeing one game where he get up and look like it, and then the next game he go back to being, I coast. I don't want to see that.
I do think Wemby will have those games. I think don't get me wrong, he's getting stronger. He showed that the first game, but again, it's the first game.
Everybody fresh.
Right.
Unless you coming into the season hurt, everybody fresh. Mm-hmm. And speaking of hurt, man, Kristaps Porzingis, dog. I'm gonna get into that. But Wemby, you know what I'm saying? We know he has it. We know he can do it, right? And seeing this game against Dallas, I mean, it was nobody you could throw at him to stop him. And AD is one of the best big man defenders out there, right? When healthy, of course. And Wemby made him look like a 6'5" point guard. You get what I'm saying? And so it was just like, it piques your interest. It's like, man, and we got robbed of it last year because Wemby got hurt, you know what I'm saying? And we missed him for most of the season. So it's like, man, what could we get? And yeah, it's one game, but a lot of networks and a lot of these, platforms and stuff, they like to put out, way too early predictions and way too early, stuff like that, man. Way too early, man. Wemby gonna get MVP.
Yo, you know what I liked about Victor Wembanyama's game the other night is the fact that he only took 2 3-pointers. 2.
Thank you.
1, 2. Last season, I did a couple of videos on Victor Wembanyama before he went down with the medical problem. And I talked about how he was averaging 8.8 3-point attempts per game. And I was like, that's insane. And at certain points early in the season, he was averaging over 10 threes a game. I remember on Christmas Day, me and my father, my brothers, my family, we always watched basketball on Christmas Day. We watched the New York Knicks game versus San Antonio Spurs on Christmas Day, man. This man shot 16 threes. 16 threes on Christmas Day. I remember my dad was like, yo, what is this dude doing? We were like, yo, man, stop it. And I did another video and I talked about the San Antonio Spurs record when Victor Wembanyama took over 7 threes a game. They had a terrible record when he took that many threes. And there was a direct correlation between the record of the San Antonio Spurs when he was chucking up all these threes and the games that they won when he took under threes. They had a very good winning record. So when I see him drop 50 and he only took 2 threes to do it, sensational for Victor Wembanyama. And that's sensational for the NBA, man, because you don't need to chuck up a bunch of threes when you're that kind of player to score points and to be a sensational guy and get people to watch the game, man, because that's part of the problem now. Everybody wants to go out there and chuck up all these threes and put points up, but you don't need to play that kind of game, man. So shout out to him for only taking 2 threes.
And shout out to whoever got in his ear and told him to stop taking all them threes.
And shout Kevin Garnett.
Kevin Garnett said something to him.
Spent time, and Kevin Garnett came out. He spent time with Wemby, I think, this summer to help him with certain things with his game and try to get him. I mean, it's hard to work to change somebody's mentality, but just to try to get in his ear and tell him how to be aggressive and things like that. Because we know KG, the big ticket, was one of the most aggressive guys on the court. So I'm curious to see how that translates over the course of this season. To see if, like Robin said, if he stays away from that 3-point line, because guys, similar to KD, had the tendency to fall back into probably what they shouldn't be doing. So, well, I mean, we'll see. We'll see.
And,
Go ahead, Chris.
and to your point, Rob, I got this Celtics Knicks game up right now, and the Celtics was up by like 9 at one point, and they're down 20 at halftime, shooting 30% from the three. Every time I look over, Boston is shooting the three, so they're falling right back into what lost them the championship before, and what ends up putting them. So
I hate that.
And Wemby, I don't know if it was because he at 7'4", he thought maybe I could still do this, that, and the third, which we know you can do. But when he got this growth spurt to 7'5", he's like, oh man, I'm a real big now. On his Pinocchio, I'm a real boy. I'm a real center now. So now he was showing out to being a center, and you can get 40 points, 50 points, and shoot minimal threes. Shaq did it.
Yep.
And you taller than everybody else on the court. Why can't you do it? So it was refreshing to see Wemby actually be a center. Like, yeah, you can do the handles and stuff and get to your spot, but do that and drive because you're bigger and faster than everybody else. Like did you see on that alley-oop that what was it, Castle threw to him? He jumped from damn near the 3-point line.
Yo, my man was catching reverse alley-oops, man. He was cooking on the perimeter, man. He was going to the hole. He was getting rebounds and putting them back. He was doing what we want to see Victor Wembanyama do, man. I don't want to see his fool shooting 16 threes a game. I want to see you doing your thing. The same thing we talked about with Anthony Edwards. I want to see Anthony Edwards looking like Michael Jordan. I want to see you going to the hole. I want to see you shaking and baking dudes. I want to see you making them pay in the post. We don't want to see you out there taking 10 threes a game, man.
I want to see Anthony Edwards get that mid-range game.
Yeah, for sure. And that's one game I haven't seen him play live yet this season, but he had a phenomenal game too, another 40-pointer. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. But Chris, you brought up Boston. They got Anthony Simons or Simmons. I don't know if you say his name.
I think it's Simons. I think it's Simons. I think it's that one M that makes a difference.
Right. And I understand. You got guys that's already been part of your program and running your offense. So I understand White getting the, of course, getting the start. There's no Drew Holiday. I understand White, but starting Pritchard, the 6th man of the year, I don't know if he deserved to get that start over Simons, even though he's a new guy. I think you're more dangerous if Simons start, right? Pritchard is not giving you anything against these starters. When he came off the bench, he was one of the better bench players playing against other bench players.
Instant spark.
Right? And when someone else is creating and he's able to be a catch and shoot guy or someone is almost like what's the little point guard that played for Indiana that had a phenomenal finals against McConnell. It's just like if Halliburton went down and Indiana was like, well, let's start McConnell. No, that's not his best attribute for him to be your starting point guard, right? So Mazzulla has started Pritchard and got Simons coming off the bench, and I think that's the wrong move. I'm watching it right now as we speak, and Pritchard looked like Reed Shepherd out there.
He does. Coming off the little high flare screen to the top, pulling it. Not driving, not trying to, set up an offense or anything like that. And it's just like, man, what are y'all doing? Is like y'all was shooting like this when y'all had JT, and I for the life of me, I can't figure out why that was, right? Now you don't have JT. You're relying on Jaylen Brown and I guess Derek White and supposedly Anthony Simons, but you're just reverting into the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And now you don't have Al Horford as a big.
I was about to say, I think he lost for them.
You don't have Kristaps Porzingis as a big man to help space. So now, not only are you jacking up these shots, you don't have the potential to get offensive rebounds to extend possessions when you miss. So what you had helping you was, I'm gonna jack up a bunch of threes, but I got a chance to get it back, and then we can still do something with the possession. Now you're jacking up a bunch of threes, losing out on the possession, and letting, for instance, the New York Knicks, every time I look up, a missed three, boom, run out in transition, easy bucket. I've seen so many and ones by New York in the first half, and I'm not even fully watching the game, but it's every time I look over, it's either Boston shooting and missing a three or New York converting the and one.
And
New York committed to getting to the tank
shots because Boston only has 4 offensive rebounds. So, like you said, they're not getting any of those misses that they're putting up, and the Knicks are running out.
Yeah, I don't know. They started this whole we gonna live by the 3. What a couple years ago, I guess after they won the championship, and I'm just like, well, you're clearly dying by it. So it's not working. I'm like, you have the talent of these players to go more in the mid range, to go into the paint, but they just want to stand at the 3-point line. I can't figure that out.
It's a culture in the NBA that that develops slowly. But I mean, I just heard an interview with Adam Silver last week, and I can't even remember what the question was that was asked, but his answer was along the lines of saying everything we've heard the analytic guys say. He said that, yeah, we talk about the 3-point shot and the mid range is the most is the worst shot in basketball. It's the most inefficient shot in basketball. Like, this came from the commissioner saying that. I said, man, you freaking idiot. You ain't supposed to buy into that. You ain't supposed to say that, dog. Like, he said that the mid range was the worst shot in basketball. I said, golly.
And that's why we see those teams losing. That's why Boston didn't repeat, and they probably should have.
It's crazy.
And you see teams like OKC and players like Shea thriving,
Right?
killing the mid range.
Yep.
Let's talk about Philly.
Let's talk.
Do we start with the good, the bad, or the ugly first? Because if we start with the good, we talking about the Ricky Edgecombe. If we start with the bad,
the ugly is
the ugly is Embiid's knee for sure.
Wait, hold on. I thought the ugly was going to be PG not being able to suit up for the first game.
I don't know.
That's the bad.
No, that's the typical.
That's the bad.
No, they said that a while ago he wasn't suiting up for the first game.
So I didn't get a chance to I didn't get a chance to watch the game. Brittany, tell me what you saw from one, of course, VJ Edgecombe sensational debut, and 2, Joel Embiid back on the court.
I mean, well, I guess the good thing is Joel Embiid is back on the court, right? That's
is that good though?
Plus, for defense purposes, regardless
he can't jump.
Regardless, hold on, Mel. Regardless of how, that's not what I mean. Regardless how good or bad or indifferent we want to feel about Embiid offensively, when you got a team, they're going to be mindful of Embiid on the court. So it opens up everything else it creates easier shots for everybody else, right? Even if he's just standing there in the middle, teams are going to be worried about him regardless. He played 20 minutes, which was minutes restrictions. I'm trying to not be Philly here and be kind. But, this is typical Joel Embiid at the start of the season. Starts off really slow. I think one game, beginning of the season, he had like 0 points. So for me, this is typical. First game, I don't know. Embiid, to me, you just got to give him a few games to see if he'll come around. But I think his role in this team is going to change. And he said that in the press conference. He's like, I'm older. I know I'm injury prone. I may not be able to do everything. I can't do everything, and his injury has shown that he's got to slow up. He can't continue to do anything because his body can no longer take it anymore. And that's where the younger guys got to step up. I think now he has the scoring around him, the shooting around him to help cover him up a little bit. And granted, it's just the first game. But yeah, that's what I'm going to say about Joel Embiid right now.
You know what this Philly team is with Embiid right now? This is the last year Patrick Ewing was with the Knicks when Allen Houston and Sprewell was there.
Right. Yeah. That's a good analogy. I like that, Mel. It's a nice analogy right there. The only difference is that Patrick Ewing was at the tail end of a Hall of Fame career that had put years in battles and all these things, man. Embiid don't have that under his belt. He don't have all the battles against Michael Jordan or battles against these guys in the playoffs. He don't got none under his belt. He just hurt, because of, it's unfortunate for Joel Embiid, but I'll be honest. I think Joel Embiid has 2 options here. He either needs to retire or he needs to be like a designated hitter type of person. I think he only played like 20 minutes that night. And I think he can play 25 minutes.
He's on a minute restriction.
Yeah, right. So if they can keep that going all season, but he can play a lot of games, not like 50 games. Like if he can play like 65 games maybe, and he play like 20, 25 minutes for the whole season, but really give some effort and really make I don't know, like almost like get himself going as the season goes and be that DH, like I said, that wild card. Because when you have Maxey and we know how dynamic he can be. The Sixers got some players. They got some guys, some role guys. I'm not really a fan of Tobias Harris anymore. I think he's kind of run his course or whatever.
Well, he's not on the team anymore. He's
he's not there anymore. My bad. My fault. He's on the Clippers. Yeah. But if you have the rookie doing his thing,
Tobias Harris on the Pistons.
Tobias Harris is on the Pistons for what, the last 2 years?
Yeah, Pistons. Maybe Pistons on.
Robin, you a little behind with that. But no, we'll see. I want to see, because what I think he did better in the preseason game they played. He was jumping a little bit more, so we'll see.
That kind of puzzled me, because I was like, the footage I seen of that, they released some footage of them at practice, and I text everybody in the group chat, remember, and I was like, I was excited how he looked. He didn't even have no knee braces on, and he looked pretty good the way he was running and moving. And in the preseason game, he didn't look bad either. But this game, I was like, wait, he's not even jumping and contesting, and he had got a shot block on one of those elbow jumpers he usually take. He couldn't even get no lift on it. A smaller guy blocked.
Embiid, look, will Embiid be 26-year-old Embiid? No, he's not going to be 26-year-old Embiid. I don't need him to be 26-year-old Embiid anymore. But this is Embiid at the beginning of the season every single year.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't catch it. I didn't catch it in the previous years.
Yeah, every single year, the first week or so, because he's always coming off an injury in the summertime. Every single year, he starts off slow. But again, with Maxey and
VJ,
my goodness, I don't know if he's going to continue this as a rookie, but my goodness, that boy.
He got an opportunity when Paul come back. If Paul and Maxey can continue to draw attention to them, then VJ might be running wild with no doubles.
For sure.
I'm not a believer in Paul George, man. Stop it right now, Mel. Stop it.
But hold on, Robert. You might not be a believer in Paul George, but
he's not a believer in himself, Britne.
But what I'm saying is, hold on. But what I'm saying is he still draws attention from the opposing team, which will open up things more for VJ Edgecombe. He's not. So you're gonna go into a game plan knowing the way Paul George could shoot when he is healthy, and just leave him. Oh, you're not gonna pay him no mind.
Listen to what you just said. You said when he is healthy. He's never healthy. Even when Paul George is on the court,
I understand that. I get that. But that's not how opposing defenses are thinking.
Look at his numbers. Look at his shooting percentages over the last several seasons.
All right,
Paul George is not impressive anymore. Paul George ain't that guy.
I'm not everybody else.
Wanted max money from the Clippers.
No.
Well, hold on. Before y'all finish that conversation, I'm about to block World Breaker for this comment. You're not about to say that on.
Stop it.
Come on, dog.
Stop it. Stop.
Come on, dog.
Come on.
Hey, Robin, I apologize for putting this on screen, because that means it's on your channel now too. And I know Britne don't like this.
I mean, I don't.
What are we saying here, Britne? What are we saying? What do you mean?
I ain't saying. Hold up. So y'all took that crazy. I never said I think Tyrese is more colder than AI. You see who's behind me, right? Are y'all?
I do.
All right, so talking about, I would never think Tyrese is more colder than AI. But I think Tyrese Maxey is an excellent player. That's what I will say.
He can hoop.
And I do think, here, I'll put it this way. I don't think Tyrese is better than AI, but I think he got a better jumper than AI. How about that?
Not jumper. I ain't gonna say that. Maybe that's
real quick, y'all. Look at this comment right here. Look, why is this a thing? Why is this a thing?
Yep.
And if anybody's wondering, it's 43-40 Pistons right now.
Yep.
Why is this a thing?
Acres, heart
rate. Yep. Because your boy,
play your damn role, Reed Shepherd.
Can we talk about VJ Edgecombe? That boy bad.
That's a cool.
Before we get to VJ, let me say this one thing about Joel. If he's recognizing that he's not the guy no more, I need him to pick some different spots on the floor to do his damage. And he likes that elbow to jab step a bigger guy and take that jump shot. That ain't his shot no more. And they can crowd him a little bit, because it's not like he go pump fake and blow bomb and get a dunk, right? So he don't put fear in him like that no more. So he's got to change his game. And some of those spots he's got to give up. He can't operate from those areas no more, and he's got to actually start playing like what's my center name with the Clippers?
Zubac.
He's got to start playing like Zubac. Nothing but low posts, touches, and try to get you a jump hook or something, or a little up and under fadeaway. That's it.
Yeah.
His perimeter game is done.
His ego.
No more perimeter game. That's for your guards now. That's for Paul. That's for Maxey. That's for VJ. Right.
He'll be right back at that.
NFL reminds players to protect the integrity of the shield. Obey the gambling policy. NFL was like, don't bring that shit this way. Don't have the FBI come knocking at my door.
Well, we know NFL ain't playing that. NFL.
Why did Miami Heat beating the Memphis Grizzlies by 40?
God, no way.
Hey, Robin. Hey,
86-47.
Beginning of the season.
Everybody's good. I told you.
Everybody's good, bro.
Everybody good.
Is Ja playing? Morant?
Yeah, he playing.
Yeah, Ja playing, but Terry Rozier not. Too soon.
Hey, he the one that messed up. Not us.
86-47 in Memphis.
All right, so can we go from one rookie to another? Let's talk about
let's go to VJ.
We ain't even talk about VJ yet. How you gonna do that?
Let's go to
We did
VJ.
talk about VJ.
No, we did. Let's go to VJ.
The highest rookie debut since Will Chamberlain. That was pretty impressive when I saw that, man. I didn't even realize that. That was pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's pretty
most points scored in the opening quarter for a rookie since LeBron.
Wow,
that was crazy.
Yeah,
5 3-pointers made. That was crazy.
Yeah. Was it a fluke?
What y'all drafted him at? 6?
3.
3?
Was it a fluke though?
Nah, because you know what? Now, do I think he's going to drop 34 points every? No, I don't think he's going to drop 34 points every single game. It's his mentality is different. Like he has, when I was watching him, he literally has no fear. He has no fear whatsoever.
Then he posted somebody too?
Yeah, he did.
He put somebody on the poster.
I think he did. Even his misses put people on posters, which is crazy. I don't know if y'all was watching him in preseason. But man, he worked on his jump shot. You could see the difference with the 3-pointers and the mid-range. I didn't realize how good he was off the dribble. You know, I thought that was something he would have to work on a little bit. He still does, but I think this game, you know how you have those players who in college, it's a different game. They may be okay. They may not be okay. I think his game is tailor-made for the NBA. I really do. You know, and he's aggressive on the defensive end. He don't care who's he going up against. And he has this thing, I don't want to lose. And he'll shout it. So, him scoring on all 3 levels, it really showed me something. Does he have some things to work on? Absolutely. Especially in crunch time, you got VJ, you got to make those 2 free throws. You got a little bit too tight. That's why they
almost blew it with that.
Right, almost blew it. But you're a rookie, you get a pass. But VJ is different. His athleticism is off the charts, but there's still some things he got to work on.
I like him a whole lot. His drive and his mentality, and you know how he played with speed and power, and play at the rim. He reminds me of a young D Wade when he was running wild. Here's the only thing I don't like about it. The only thing, I don't think his 3-point shot is a finished product yet. It's some stuff in his mechanics I don't like. So I don't know if he's gonna be a streaky shooter or what. You know what I mean? That's one thing. And the other thing is they got him listed at 6'4". I don't know if he's 6'4" for real. He looks kind of small to me, and his wingspan looks small as well. So he looked like he in a point guard body. He just got some hops. So if he was like a legit 6'5", 6'6", we would be talking about him like Anthony Edwards almost, when he was a rookie. But we'll see. We'll see if that affect him.
I like how you guys brought up his mentality. I think, especially with Britne, what you were talking about, I heard a couple of interviews with him and the things that he was saying in the interviews. And like you mentioned, his drive, the mindset, like you said, he's not afraid. Like, I liked that because, like you mentioned, Britne, he's not going to do this every night. He's not going to he's a rookie, man. He's going to be up and down. There's going to be some inconsistencies to his play as far as the stats go. But if his mindset is there, that's what he's going to need to be consistent and have an impact and be a contributor for a 76ers organization, down the road, man.
Yeah. So look, y'all still got Jared McCain coming back this season from injury, and he was a phenomenal rookie before he went down with the ACL. So you got Maxey at the point, Edgecombe at the 2, Paul George gonna be coming back at the 3. So I guess this solidifies that Jared McCain gonna be coming off the bench.
We're gonna see. I don't know.
Because I
think Jared McCain, the way that VJ Edgecombe has played in the first game, and even when I watched him in the offseason as well, and defensively, Jared McCain don't really have much defense, and I think that's important. You all right? Tensing up? Good? You're about to throw a punch. You all right?
Who, me?
You sitting there like, yeah, you like
I did.
Yeah.
Oh, I ain't no. I didn't realize I did that, but I just seen Simon's power to the rim, and I must have been acting it out. I didn't even know I did that. So I do that for you? Because Simon just did that. Okay, yeah, I must have.
But now let me get back to my point before I forget it, because I'm about to forget it. I think with the way VJ Edgecombe played, and I'm a little bit more shocked on the offensive ability. I didn't know it was there yet. Like you said, man, I still think he has to develop that just a little bit more, and he will, because he works really hard. But his defense, the defensive effort, he moves his feet. He could get the steals because of his athleticism. He could get blocks and things like that. That's there. So I believe that's why he's cemented as that starter. Jared McCain, I think he would be great coming off the bench purely because of his jump shot. And even then, you might go small ball. And when you go small ball, you could probably push maybe Jared plays I think he has the ability to play point guard, and then that'll push Maxey probably to the 2, and then Edgecombe, because of his defensive ability, to the 3. So I think you're gonna play with that. And then you got Quentin Grimes, who I think is a good coming off the bench type of player as well. So
yeah,
now that's gonna be interesting if Joel Embiid can get anywhere close to 85-90%, of his old self, with a small ball lineup with Paul George at the 4 and those 3 other guards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's gonna be hell. That's gonna be hell. What about the Warriors, y'all? They 2-0. As a matter of fact, let me throw this up here. This is what happened over the weekend. The Warriors, they won two great games. They won 2 great games. So with Butler and Draymond and Steph, man, they looking good. They finally playing Kuminga as well, which lets me know that the reason why they was benching him was for the contract. They was playing games with him. All of a sudden, he's in the game, and I hear commentators saying, "Oh yeah, he's finally bought in." If y'all don't stop that line, man, he's always been bought in. It's just that they didn't want to play him, and then he upped his value by how well he played, and then get offered some money to leave Golden State. They was benching this man to play with his money, right? So come on, man. You don't all of a sudden throw him in the starting lineup all of a sudden, and now he good to go. But they look like they're happy and they good and they running good offense. Al Horford is out there making a difference already. That he was able to guard Jokic last night 1-on-1 without a lot of doubles. That was using screens to try to get him off Jokic, and then Jokic still couldn't deliver in the clutch. That was relying on Aaron Gordon. But anyway, nonetheless, the Warriors seem to think they are contenders, y'all. What do y'all think?
As long as Steph is in the league will always make sure they're contenders.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, look at the rules they just changed with the whole hand clap, So I mean, I think they're gonna be contenders when they get there. I don't know. I feel like eventually the Malay is gonna start falling apart. But
yeah,
they're gonna be up there.
They gotta go through a dog leg of a Western Conference. Like,
I mean, you're right. It could come down to the end of the season. I mean, listen, to me, the Warriors were Steph Curry hamstring away from going to the Western Conference Finals last season. To me, I believe that they were going to beat the Minnesota Timberwolves with Steph Curry in the lineup. The one game he played, they won, and he got hurt at the end of that game. So I believe if he doesn't hurt his hamstring last year, they can get to the Western Conference Finals. Are they going to beat the OKC Thunder? Probably not. But like we mentioned, Steph Curry gives you a chance because of what he can do in moments. It's about the moments for someone like Steph Curry and what he does. You know, Britne, you were mentioning Paul George and, you know, what he's going to do if he's on the court, right? Oh, teams got to watch out for him. Well, that's what Steph Curry does at the highest level for all these other guys around him. Jimmy Butler is good at getting and creating his own shot. And also Jimmy Butler, when Jimmy Butler's at his best is when he's creating fouls and getting to the free throw line and putting defense in bad positions, right? Forcing the issue. That's when he's at his best. When he's doing that and you got Steph Curry running around and Draymond Green being the goofy Draymond Green, and you got the Kumingas out there and the Podzimskis and the Gary Paynes coming off the bench, and you got Al Horford there now. They're like 8 or 9 guys deep, that team. And like I said, the way that they move the basketball and the way that, like I said, Steph Curry can close out some of the games the way that he did the other night was sensational. I mean, the shots that he was hitting against the Denver Nuggets, to me, what I saw is I thought of Serbia in the Olympics. This man was hitting these kinds of shots. They were down by 3 points. Steph Curry makes the shot. They're down by 3 in overtime. Steph Curry makes the shot. Then he makes the shot to put him ahead 3. Like you said, they were shaking and big, and they were putting Nikola Jokic in pick and rolls. This man could not do anything. He was not even contesting Steph Curry's shots on some of these things. In crunch time moments, they had Nikola Jokic on skates out there, man. Nikola Jokic couldn't bend his knees and slide his feet, saying like my man Kevin Durant said, and they were cooking him up at the end of that game.
Yeah, they did it last night too. That 3 that Steph hit to send them to overtime. Jokic was involved in that screening roll, and of course he dropped, and Steph got a 3.
He never stepped up. Listen, you have, once again, it's know your personnel. It's Steph Curry. You have to force Steph Curry to do something else instead of and coming some of those threes, he was able to step right into that 3 coming off the screen. They kept whoever Nikola Jokic was being guarded by. It was Draymond Green or Al Horford. They were running the pick and roll, man. And he would not step up and put a hand up in Steph Curry's face.
And you know the crazy thing about it? They up 3. It's 20 seconds left. You know they need a 3. The ball's in Steph Curry's hand.
Yep.
Don't be afraid to get beat for a layup. You have to step out on that, and he didn't. And Steph pulled the 3. I'm like, man, come on, dog. You got to get out there, man. You got to get out there. But since we're on the topic of before we go to the Nuggets, I mean, let me get everybody's thoughts on the Warriors. Like, I mean, the West is stacked. So where y'all think the Warriors go fall at? I think we already had this discussion, but after we've seen 2 games, are they top 4 in the West?
No, I think it's still fool's gold at this moment.
I think they're top 4, maybe like right at 4.
What 4 you got, Robin?
I've never thought about it. If I had to just think about it just briefly, like as coming into the season, I would have said that maybe like OKC is definitely, I would have thought was ahead of them. I would have thought the Rockets were ahead of them. And I would have thought maybe the Denver Nuggets were ahead of them. And I would have said everyone else to me, you can have, whatever order you want to say it is, the Minnesota Timberwolves, or if the Lakers, you think the Lakers are going to be right there, number 4 or one of these teams. But I think the Warriors, like I said, because of Steph Curry, and like I said, to me, they're 8 or 9 guys deep on that team. They're right in that mix.
Yeah. And what you think about Dallas, though?
I'm not a believer in Dallas because Dallas is being led by Anthony Davis right now. And I don't believe Anthony Davis is the guy to lead your team. It's not his talent. We all know Anthony Davis, man, had the talent to be an all-time top 3, all-time power forward in NBA's history, man. This dude legit. But Cooper Flag, to me, from what I've seen, I'm not a big college basketball guy, but what I've seen from him, I don't think they're going to be a top 4. To me, they're going to be a playing team, I think.
AD is frustrating to me. He's always been frustrating to me.
Yes, good word.
Because of how talented he is. And it's just like, yo, you should be the superstar of almost every team that you ever been on. Right. And he just don't want to take over at times. And it just he's aggravating as hell to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because of that.
All right, let's go to the Nuggets then. Nuggets got rid of MPJ. They brought in Cam Johnson. They got Nikola. Aaron Gordon doing his thing. They got some guys on the bench that they like. Bruce Brown, a couple of the guys, Tim Hardaway Jr. The Denver Nuggets fans feel like that this is their year. They finally got a bench. They finally got rid of MPJ. and Cam Johnson is going to help tremendously for them. How y'all see that going?
This is all I got to say to it. If they depended on Aaron Gordon to continue to score how he did yesterday, it's not going to go very far. That's all I'm going to say. So they better change that up real quick.
Playing at best.
Right.
Playing. That's
Nuggets.
tough.
Playing at best.
That's tough.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah,
what's the failure there? Is it that the teams just got to that done past them, or is it the young coach in his first full season? What is it? What's the failure?
I think it partially you can take some of the coaching into it. And then I think just one part of it is the rest of the league has caught up to the Nuggets, but also the West is too deep for how the Nuggets play, that I feel like any team at any given moment in the West could knock them down.
Go ahead,
Britne.
I was gonna say, let me ask y'all a quick question about the Nuggets. Do y'all trust two parts? Do y'all trust that one, Jamal Murray will be healthy, stay healthy all season? And do y'all trust him to be consistent over the course of the entire season?
No to both.
I trust him to be consistent more than I can trust him to be healthy.
Yeah, that's good questions right there. I think that Murray's biggest problem is his health, because the health makes him inconsistent. If he's on the court consistently, then he's going to show. I mean, the man shows up in big moments. He's been very consistent in that degree for a quote unquote role player who's never made an all-star team. He's had some big time shots. He's made more big time shots than a lot of quote unquote all-stars and Hall of Famers have in their careers. So I think as far as that goes, the health of Jamal Murray is always going to be a question mark. If he can be on the court, I think the Nuggets have a good team. I think Bruce Brown is a great bring back. I think they should have never let him go. I think he was a key member to their championship team a couple of years ago. To get him coming back to the team, I think is a really good move. And like you mentioned, they brought in what's his name, the big man, Vucevic, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, Valanciunas.
Valanciunas. They brought in Valanciunas. I think Valanciunas is a solid backup, a guy who could give Nikola Jokic some rest or play with Nikola Jokic at times or on the court. So I think they have some personnel. You mentioned the coaching. I think that can come into play. The Western Conference is a good conference, but the Nuggets last season, they could have won a championship last year. I mean, listen, that series against OKC, Nikola Jokic wasn't outstanding. He wasn't Nikola Jokic alike. If Nikola Jokic would have been great last season like he was in the regular season in the playoffs, then to me, the Denver Nuggets probably win the championship. That's where they were at. So I was rooting for them because I was rooting for Russell Westbrook to win a championship. And to me, when you look at that series against the Clippers last year, they won it not on the strength of Nikola Jokic, off the strength of guys like Russell Westbrook and Aaron Gordon and Christian Brown and Jamal Murray. These guys were big in big-time moments. Remember the tipping game winner from Aaron Gordon and the game-winning shot? These guys were stepping up. Nikola Jokic wasn't great last season in the playoffs.
No, it wasn't. And since we're talking about Denver and the big Serbian, I want to shout out Anna. I'm sorry, she's from Serbia. See, she's always in the comment section talking about Denver and Nikola. But I want to mention, I think one of my lives, not my last one, but the one before that one, and I can't remember who it was, but it was some of my regulars that was in there, like saying like some pretty harsh things to Anna, man. I just want to let y'all know to make sure y'all being respectful in the comment section. And definitely, I mean, Anna's a guest, man. She's not even from the States, man. She's from Serbia. So I appreciate somebody that's go watch from a whole nother country, man. Like, you got to treat that type of person right. You got to treat everybody right in the comment section. But yeah, let's not go with the name calling, y'all, man. That was kind of unfair, man. She reached out to me and let me know what happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to point that out, man. But yeah, Jamal, but to the question though, Jamal Murray, I'm with Robin on this. I think Jamal is the injury really, and anytime that he wasn't consistent, it was probably because he was playing hurt. You get what I'm saying, or playing through something. But for the most part, he other than Nikola, he's been the most consistent player on that team. Right. Throughout the years, other than injury. So I don't think the consistency is a real issue. His injury proneness is, and then like Britne said, I think the failure for the Nuggets might be if you're relying on Aaron Gordon to be, something like what he was last night.
I will say this, and I'm not saying that you was saying this, no, anything like that. But if you on the court, I need you to be productive. If you hurt, then you stay off the court. That's just my mentality, right? If you on the court, like we can't pick and choose at times who we want to kind of give grace to coming off of injuries. Mm-hmm. So if Jamal Murray's on the court,
you better play like
he better play. He better be productive. If not, you inconsistent. I don't care what injury you was coming off of. So I understand you giving your effort and things like that to help your team and stuff like that. But if you're doing more, if you're hurting your team more than helping, then maybe you just need to sit down. If that
honestly, I don't remember watching Denver and seeing Murray hurting his team or not being productive. Honestly,
it's times that he doesn't show up when you need him to.
I don't know.
To me, as great as Jokic is, to me, they don't get over the hump unless Jamal Murray is doing what we know Jamal Murray is capable of doing.
But it's a trickle down effect with any type of offense similar to what Jokic in Denver was doing. When you relying on a player like Jokic to be, and this is what I don't like about Denver, the fact that Jokic is a great passer and a great post scorer and can score from everywhere, really, because he's a great facilitator, a great passer, a good scorer. He get to pick and choose when he wants to get 20 assists and 15 points or 30 points and 10 assists or 9 assists. He just get to choose, and Jamal Murray is his co-star has to adjust to what Jokic is doing. So if Jokic decide, you know what, I'm a facilitator, like last night against the Warriors, Jokic decided I'm going to be more of a facilitator tonight. So what does that do for your point guard in Murray? Well, I guess I won't be facilitating as much. So now Murray just got to be like, all right, what does the team need? Okay, we need scoring tonight, which they got from Aaron Gordon. So now what is Jamal supposed to do? I can't facilitate and run point like I want to, and I can't be a scorer because Aaron Gordon is on a heater. So now what am I supposed to do? Right? Everything starts with that. Now, if Jokic would have decided he wanted to take 30 shots last night, then Murray would have had to facilitate more to get everybody else involved. Right? So that's what he's doing. Everything is stemming off what Jokic is doing. Everybody else has to adjust. But we never call Jokic inconsistent when he decides, I'm only taking 15 shots this game, but I'm getting 15 assists.
Oh, no, I call Jokic inconsistent. Look, I respect Jokic. I'm just not a huge fan of his game at all.
Me neither.
Murray has been the Nuggets' most clutch performer.
Oh, absolutely.
If you think about when they won, like in the Western Conference Finals that year, they won a championship against the Lakers. He averaged 30 points per game on 50, 40, 90 in the Western Conference Finals. You find me another role player, quote unquote role player, a guy who never made an all-star appearance is averaging 30 on 50, 40, 90 in the conference finals. So when we talk about Jamal Murray, no one's giving him an excuse for the injuries. What we're saying is that it's hard to be consistent. We talked about Joel Embiid before. It's hard to be consistent and really be who you are when you're dealing with these injuries. That's Jamal Murray's problem. That's Joel Embiid's problem. These guys can't stay healthy, man. That's their biggest problem. You know what I'm saying? But when Jamal Murray's doing his thing, that's when the Nuggets go. That's when he's showing up.
I 110% agree. I just said that in order for them to get to over the hump and back to that holding that trophy, Jamal Murray is, to me, the guy to really get the Nuggets to hold that. He showed that when they won the championship and how important he was. I'm not a huge fan of Jokic. I respect his game. I think he's a good player and all that. But I'm with Mel. So, sometimes them putting in his hands 24/7 is annoying to me because I know the talent of Jamal Murray, but I just don't like the fact that we pick and choose sometimes when somebody's coming off of injury of giving them like excuses. If you're on the court, be productive. If not, sit your butt down. That's all I'm saying. And I didn't do it on purpose.
Hey, last one before we do this Netflix special is the Lakers, man. Let's go with the Lakers.
Do we have to?
I want to know what y'all think.
What is it?
As the world turns.
That's starting 5 on Netflix.
Yeah.
Oh, we're not there yet. My bad.
No, not yet. You wanted to skip the Lakers? She ready to go?
I don't think anybody want to talk about the Lakers. Luka got 40 in a loss. I mean, what else is there to say? I mean,
how you think this season gonna go? Hey, bro, getting outscored 30-17 in the second quarter by the Wizards, if you're Dallas, is unacceptable.
Yo, Giannis dropping 30-20 tonight.
This is unacceptable, Dallas. And Houston, this is unacceptable as well.
Yeah, Houston down 63-56 at the half.
I don't have that much confidence in Dallas. Not without Kyrie.
I'm starting to be there with you, but
yeah, Derek Lively's a Lego builder. No knock on Legos.
Yeah.
So nothing else on the Lakers, huh? Y'all, I mean, y'all think Luka can? I say this: the Lakers are looking like the Dallas Mavericks before Kyrie showed up.
Yo, I did a video last year about the Lakers, and I talked about how one of the glaring problems I saw for them had to do with the JJ Redick and the lack of leadership and adjustments coming out of the half. They were a very bad team coming out of halftime last year. And if you look at a lot of the third quarters, they're getting blown out in the third quarters. And what happened in the game against the Golden State Warriors? They got blown out in the third quarter, man. For some reason, when they come out of the halftimes, they're just not prepared. And there's two things that you point to. You point to your leadership, the leaders, your captains, the guys who are supposed to have you ready to go coming out of the half, but also your coaching, your leadership. They're supposed to have the game plan, the adjustments coming out of the half and have the team ready with those adjustments. And the Lakers never seem prepared coming out of the half, man. And that's one of the big problems. And it happened in the very first game.
And what else won't help is Marcus Smart crying every 5 seconds. He was aggravating me. I think I turned it off about after the third cry.
He almost pulled Steph Curry arm out the socket.
Yeah, he did. I ain't like that. That was trash. That was trash. But I really love. I mean, I love to see the failure of Luka Ball and JJ Redick coaching the build. I love to see that failure. So hopefully they go 0-82. That's what I'm hoping for.
Yo, DeAndre Ayton played 37 minutes and had 6 rebounds and 10 points. How you play 37 minutes at 7 feet tall and you grab 6 rebounds, man? Are you kidding me, man? Come on. Well, this is what we're talking about out there. When your job
is to set screens and that's it, then that's how that happens. Like when you're a center playing for Luka, you only can set screens and hopefully get a lob every now and then, just to scare the defense enough so Luka can continue to do what he do. So now you get 2 or 3 lobs a game from Luka as a big man, and you got to set 109 screens.
So basically, we're just going to get the Mavericks prior to Kyrie and AD.
This is exactly what it is. Give me a lob threat center, give me shooters, and let's run high screen and roll shooters all around the 3, and I'll make the passes to them. I will get the 10 assists a game. On defense, y'all have to play defense for me. I will be on the block, roving like a safety, like Ed Reed, and I would get 2 or 3 steals from that position, and I get about 10 rebounds from that position from missed threes, and then I get to take 25 to 30 shots a game, which means I'm going to get 25 points a game. So the way they run that offense, they've penciled Luka in for 25, 10, and 10. My opinion is if you run an offense where I can get 25, 10, and 10 every night, and I fail to get 25, 10, and 10, that is a failure. So when someone is bragging about Luka getting 25, 10, and 7, I'm saying that's a failure because it's designed for him to get 25, 10, and 10. I'm not impressed. He should average a triple-double, and not only average a triple-double, he should have a triple-double every single game, or it's a failure. If you run triple-double offense, you should have a triple-double. If I designed the offense for you to get 25 points a game and you get 19, that's a failure.
Yeah. Yeah, and they had a lot of turnovers in that game, the Lakers. They didn't look prepared and they looked sloppy. You know, a lot of times you hear people talk about LeBron James teams don't practice much. They don't take practice serious. Oh, they be lollygagging. They be going through the motions. They be practicing for 15 minutes and then they go out there and play PlayStation or something like that. Like, it shows up on the basketball court. These guys look confused out there. When you watch the game, they look like they didn't know what to do a lot of times on the defensive end. And like I said, on offense, it's Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves. That's it. That's what they're living by and dying by. It's Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic, man. That's it.
You know who Austin Reeves is in this offense with Luka? He's Jalen Brunson. That's it. That's the offense.
Mm-hmm.
That's the offense. He's Jalen Brunson when he played with Luka in Dallas. Unspoken Voices, what's good? I'm still around watching and listening. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, let's get into top 5, y'all. And a lot of have y'all seen it yet? Y'all seen top 5 yet?
I started watching the first
Starting
episode.
Starting five.
I started watching the first episode.
No, I seen
I got
clips.
through most of it. And I hate to say this, and I'm sorry, Holly Burton, but I fast forwarded through all of your parts. I fast forwarded through all of Jalen Brown's. I only was interested in Kevin Durant's part and SGA's. As soon as Holly Burton came on screen, I fast forwarded. I didn't want to hear none of that shit. I'm sorry. I didn't want to hear none of that shit, man. Oh my God. I didn't want to hear that.
That's funny.
That's funny as
I didn't
hell.
want to hear none of that. I didn't even,
Starting 5, because I didn't watch the last season either, to be honest with you.
I didn't watch the last season either, but
Is it through the course of the season or through the summer or all of it?
it started from last year, and it goes through, and it's going through. I think all the way to like the end of the off season, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like it was this one is starting from the beginning of the season last year.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's gonna run all the way through. So like I think they previewed one of the previews on the trailer. It was like when KD found out he got traded to the Rockets. So it's a pretty substantial time period.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
And they said that Kevin Durant's getting his own Netflix documentary too.
yeah, he is. So I want to is it Netflix?
Mhm.
It's somebody else, I thought.
No, they said it was Netflix.
Netflix, okay.
Mhm.
So it was a couple of things that was said in this documentary pertaining to James Harden and KD.
Mm-hmm.
It gave me some interesting insight. And
His
I wanted to
girlfriend?
get the soundbite of Kevin Durant did an interview with Yahoo Sports, and he talked about the Warrior situation as well. So that might be a whole nother video, but particularly with what they was talking about with KD and Harden, I wanted to play for y'all and get y'all thoughts on it.
Me and Katie relationship is like I've been knowing Katie for a very long time. And now like us older and our different spaces in life is still fun. Just cause like it's a different type of fun. But I remember just going down to DC, staying at his apartment. That's my real brother, man. Like we really hang out. You know what I'm saying? Like since we were 19, 20 years old. I remember I was a freshman in college and I was in LA, and me and Greg Oden had went to like Roscoe's one night. James just pulled up on us. I think that was just the start of it right there. I don't know if I ever told him that or he remembered, but I was like, yeah, he one of us. What you mean he like one of us? I mean, I'm like one of him. He like one of me. First of all, don't get it twisted. Nah, but like, I don't really call people like big dogs, but I like looked up to him just because he knew how to work, man. My rookie year when I got drafted, just being around him, Katie and Russ, it was so much fun.
When they were in OKC, they started something there that was really special. To have three guys like that, Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, and James Harden, do what they did at such a young age.
My rookie year, we lost to the Lakers, who won the championship. Then my second year, we lost to Dallas, when Dirk won his first championship. In my third year, we lost to the Heat in the finals when LeBron won the championship. I was in a great space. Mindset was different. I'm coming in next year. Championship for sure in Oklahoma City. It's over. It's one of those sad stories for real.
What we all thought was that this team was going to be in the finals for the next 3, 4, 5 years. And all of a sudden, that dream is over for financial reasons.
I didn't know what was going on until right at the end. You know, I didn't know that they were even negotiating. Me, James, and Russ was just come off the finals, Olympics, so I wasn't really thinking about contracts and none of that. So when they started talking about it right at training camp, I'm like, oh shit. I never thought there was a possibility he was leaving though. It wasn't about no real money, it was a couple $1 million. You know what I mean? To where it's like, that's what you do. You don't see this thing through. And what really pissed me off is like Bron and D Wade and so many dudes around the NBA sending tweets out like, congrats to my bro, James. He got his, like, he going to Houston, he gonna kill it. When they was just happy that we wasn't together no more. They was so happy. I know Bron and them was so fucking happy that we wasn't together no more because we was on their ass. Everybody in the league was like, man, James, I'm so happy you in Houston, man. You gonna kill it, bro. My bro. I was like, shut the fuck up. Y'all just fucking scared. Y'all knew we was on the way. Overall, I was mad as hell too. Cause I got the call and it's like, and it was lost. Like, these are my dogs. Like, you see what we just did these last 3 years? It was like, we're gonna win a championship next year. And I got the call and it was like, you know, we love you, but we traded you to Houston. I was hurt. It was like, it was sad for real. Just cause you know your mind when you want things to play out and they just don't play out. That's what that was. I miss playing with James. I like playing with him. But you can't cry over spilled milk for one. And we all maximize our potential. I think that was the most important thing for all of us, was to maximize our potential.
All right, so it's a lot to unpack with that, Robin. From what I gathered from that, number one, Harden and KD really like each other, really are brothers, really like playing with each other. I didn't know they liked each other that much. I really didn't, right? But that's a type bond that they got that goes on beyond basketball. So that's number one. Number two, it was some bullshit with how he had to leave OKC because he wanted to stay as well. He just wanted the money that he wanted, and they played around with it, and they end up trading him because they couldn't come to no agreement, right? So they split that team up. That's one part of it, and that team could have been something, right? It was, they end up having, they didn't know they had 3 superstars on their team at the time, right? And if they would have actually grew together, who knows what they could have got out of that. And then the last part of it is the fact that he said LeBron and Wade was so happy that they split up. And tell me what y'all think about all of that.
Who wants to go first?
Go ahead, Rob.
Oh, yeah. I like you said, man, there's a lot to think about, during that soundbite. The whole thing with LeBron James and Dwayne Wade and, these guys being excited, I think that's pretty funny because I think obviously they would love to see that because like Kevin Durant mentioned, they saw them in the finals. And, if a lot of us remember those finals, which I do, and if you go back and if you watch some of the video, I mean, listen, man, LeBron James got some home cooking out there, man. I mean, there was some really egregious foul calls that LeBron James didn't get. I mean, one play in particular, I'm thinking about LeBron James fouled Kevin Durant and fouled Russell Westbrook in one play, and there were no calls. And this was a key moment, of the game. I can't remember which game it was. So, yeah, I think Kevin Durant was probably a little salty, of that finals against LeBron James, because like I said, to me, if you look at those games and how it played out, Kevin Durant did his thing. The OKC Thunder, they said they were young. So that's one thing. I definitely agree that's funny. The whole thing with James Harden and them being friends, to me, that's interesting because, sometimes, we talk about money, right? A lot. We talk about sports. We were just talking about gambling before. This whole thing with James Harden and the money, I would stay if they would have gave me the money, I feel like there's a cop-out sometimes. They try to put it on the organizations. And I get it, man. Yeah, they don't want to give you the money. You want a certain amount. And bump the organizations because these are billionaires, these people. They can give a couple extra $1 million to a young brother out there, man, trying to make something of himself, trying to support some of his people, but they don't want to give it up. So I get being like, I want my money and standing on that. But we also have to understand these guys are supposed to love the game of basketball. They're supposed to want to compete for championships. And if you're really friends, wouldn't that really be cool if you guys could win a championship together? You guys could have done it? Because to me, we got robbed of a great storyline. Even further down the road when Kevin Durant left Russell Westbrook high and dry. I mean, come on, guys. It's really sad, man.
I think James Harden might have been buying his own hype that he could lead a team as a number one, and it's almost like one of those things. You might be with a girl and you might be ready to dump her, but you ain't got no better option at the time, so you might stick around, right? But if you having issues with your relationship and you see something on the grass is on the other side a lot greener, then it might be motivation for you to say, well, I don't have to put up with this. So whatever he was dealing with in OKC, if he didn't have that shiny object on the other end saying you can come get this max contract and build number one and have your own team, then maybe he would have dealt with not getting the extra $4 million. Because he said it came down to about $4 million, right? So I think it's both. Yeah. The contract was an issue, but it's been like with Kuminga, the contract was an issue, but he stayed because he didn't have the shiny object on the other end of some offer that somebody was giving him. James Harden did, right? So it ended up turning into a trade, and I think that's what it is. Chris, I want to ask you this though: in light of all of this information, does it make more sense why when it came time for the Cavs just won, it looked like LeBron about to run through a series of rings for KD to be like, not so fast. Let me go ahead and join Golden State.
A little bit. I can kind of see like the grudge, the revenge in it. You know what I'm saying? Hearing, of course, it's all speculation, right? That all could be said with emotion. Y'all just didn't want to see it, but that OKC team, as they said, were just progressively getting better, right? They were making it further and further, and they was losing to the teams that eventually end up winning the championship, right? Nothing but respect, right? But they're going toe to toe with the best, and they're getting better every year, right? So if you follow the trend of progression, right? You lost in one round to the Lakers, you lost in the next round to the Spurs, you lost in the to the Mavericks, you lost in the finals to the Heat. Well, what's next? You win in the finals, right? I think, and for me personally, because I remember, and I was always kind of skeptical how that series went down at finals against the Heat. I felt like it was a lot of one-sidedness, but that OKC team was a greatly built team. That team was organic. They had the tools, right? They were just, in my opinion, maybe just a little too young for the moment, right? But you give them that experience, you give them that taste of defeat. Now they got it. Now they more hungry. They know what to do, right? You let that team come back the following year, they were scared. I can honestly believe that, because in that game one, when OKC blew the doors off of Miami, they was like, nah, we can't let this happen. We can't let this happen. So everybody being happy that they splitting up and realizing that James is key to the trio, that they really are building a trio there in OKC with Durant, Westbrook, and Harden, and you go ahead and split that up before it can actually really get full momentum, I'd be pissed too. So if you know what, you want to block this trio, I'm gonna go join this trio, and I'm gonna take them rings that you took from us.
Yes, that's funny, man. I feel like he should have joined the Eastern Conference team. He should have joined like the young Boston Celtics in 2017, man, and stop LeBron James, or join Giannis over there in the Milwaukee Bucks before they were doing anything and stop LeBron James. That would have been real interesting to me. But you said you joined the guys who beat you. But yeah, you're around the money though, man. Kevin Durant and the OKC Thunder, man. Like I said, they was getting out there. LeBron James, man, they were swallowing the whistle out there with this man. He was out there raking people across the arms, man. He was giving dudes Indian burns. He was tripping people up, man. He was spitting in their ear. He was doing all kinds of stuff. They wasn't calling nothing out there against LeBron James in the Miami Heat during that series. So yeah, it was really interesting to see. Like I said, that the fact that they broke up the way they did is really sad, because you know what? One thing I feel like these guys don't think: winning brings money. Winning brings money. So if you guys would have stayed together, like I said, I'm not, all things can't be perfect all the time. But winning, if they would have won, they could have stayed together and done it. You guys gonna get paid, man.
Yeah, that's a fact. And look, And they still almost won it when after James left, man. They had the 3-1 lead over the Warriors. And who knows what would have happened if they didn't blow that 3-1 lead when they got to the finals against the Cavs. But I think Kevin Durant always wanted a piece of LeBron after he lost to him in Miami. He always wanted to make it back so he can beat LeBron.
Yeah.
And he just wanted to go to a team that was going to get him to the finals as quick as possible so he can go head to head with LeBron and show the world what he could do. I wish he would have if I would have known he liked Harden so much and wanted to play with him so much, he should have went to Houston instead of the Warriors.
Oh yeah.
Right? He should have went there, and that way you don't have to worry about. Yeah, you don't have to worry about hearing, oh, you can't do nothing without Steph and the Warriors and all this crazy stuff. And I want to play what he said about going back to the Warriors because, of course, the Warriors was desperate last year and trying to trade for him, and he kind of got into how he vetoed that trade.
The biggest rumor in the NBA today is that the Phoenix Suns are now shopping Kevin Durant.
The Warriors are legitimately calling about every all-star player, players like Kevin Durant.
3 days before it started getting noisy, I was just like, whoa, it's kind of hit me. I'm no bigger than the program. It can happen to me too.
If they're not going to trade Devin Booker, if you can't trade Bradley Beal, then the natural next place you look is Kevin Durant.
It's become the Wild Wild West right now. Nothing is too far-fetched in this league.
From what I'm told, there are multiple teams making really aggressive calls to the Suns on Kevin Durant.
I'm hearing real people that I respect and that are credible in this business telling me that this shit about to go down. So I'm like on the phone, it's heavy that whole night. I was like, no fucking way they trying to do this shit behind my back. And they ain't say nothing to me. I said, oh, that's fucked up. I understand the business. I know I'm the guy. If shit was going south, I'd be the easiest to trade. You know? But don't send me to the Warriors. That's what I was telling you. I know if you got to trade me, like, make it somewhere else but the Warriors. It's not because I didn't want to go back to the storyline, and then I don't want to go and gut the whole team. I'm like, first of all, I don't even want to get traded because there's going to be a lot of bullshit. I'll take the whole team away from the next team I'm going to and deplete them from everything they got just so I can fit in there. And I'm like, I'm not trying to go through that shit again. And, you know what I'm saying? Especially with the Warriors, because I'm like, I don't want to go into that situation like that. I just told the Warriors, I told Steph, it's like, I don't think it's a smart move for either one of us, basketball-wise, to let us play the year out. And I think that's what stopped the trade more so than anything. But they were still listening to other teams, just trying to get a gauge on what I may cost, I guess.
Multiple new teams, though, did make some offers this week, and that included the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Miami Heat.
This is still hypothetical. Teams are making calls, but we are following this story incredibly closely.
So Britne, you buying it? That's the reason why he didn't want to go back to the Warriors because, oh man, if I get traded there, it's gonna gut the team. You know the story. Well, I asked you this question. He mentioned storylines. The old storylines will come back up if I go back to the Warriors. What storylines is he talking about?
Probably when he went from OKC to the Warriors. I think that was the biggest one. I feel like that bothered him a little bit. You know, the team that just beat you the previous year, what it is, 73 and whatever that record was, and you go and join that team. Yeah, 73. So that was probably one of the biggest ones. And but am I buying it? No. I don't think he felt like dealing with Draymond Green's ass. I'm sorry.
That's what it was.
But I think that's what it was. He said Draymond Green is a pain.
Yeah, and but after the games when they play the Warriors, him and Draymond always dap it up and hug and all that stuff.
That's for public consumption. That's for public consumption. Let's make it look good in the media. But am I gonna go hang out with Draymond Green after stuff that he said probably in the locker room? Like we've heard things that came out. Am I gonna go hang out with him at a bar or invite him to my house? Probably not. I don't think he felt like dealing with Draymond Green.
Damn sure after the stuff he done said on podcasts and stuff since his departure.
So
I think he got love for Steph and everybody with the Warriors, but I think he just like, hell no, that's toxic for me. Like I don't want to be in that environment. Like, I don't think he respect them as much as everybody else respect the Warriors. I think he just look at the Warriors like, nah, that shit fake and that shit toxic. And Steve Kerr ain't got control over shit over there in that locker room. Yeah. You know what I mean? I think it's all of that. He got a taste of what it really was and was like, man, hell no. Nah.
He told us, he said it. I don't want to go over there because of the storylines. We all know Kevin Durant. That man is sensitive, okay? He has a very big problem with how people view him. There's an old saying to tell you, right? Oh, you shouldn't care what people think about you, right? They tell people to have thick skin. But it's often easier said than to actually have that and exhibit those qualities, especially when you're a celebrity and you're in the public view. You think he don't read the comments? You think he don't read the Twitterverse? He absolutely does. We've seen him out there. He's going after everyone. He sees and hears everything that's said about him. So when he tells you, I don't want those storylines about me no more, that's what it is, man. He don't want people talking about yelling Kevin Durant and running back to Steph Curry, running back to Curry. That's what everyone's going to say because that's the reality of the career right now. When Steph Curry wins a championship before you get there and then win once after you leave, that was the nail in the coffin right there for that whole storyline.
On the surface, yeah. On the surface, Robin, it is, but going below the surface, I mean, I don't think it's just that black and white and that simple. And then, furthermore, I think it's okay for a superstar to be as sensitive as Kevin Durant because that's what makes them great. I mean, I think Michael Jordan might be the most sensitive basketball player of all time.
Not sensitive, man. It's not sensitive. Michael Jordan sensitive? You think Michael Jordan would be attacking people on Twitter, Mel? Come on, man. It's not sensitive. Listen,
it is, but Robert, hold on. Let me finish. Robert, let me ask you a question.
Yeah, all right, man. You want to run your
mouth? Let me ask you a question. Did Michael Jordan
to Kevin Durant?
Yeah, they both are sensitive. All superstars are sensitive. But did Michael Jordan not have a Hall of Fame speech, invite the coach that cut him, and invite the player that he got cut for, just so he can trash him at the Hall of Fame speech? Did he not do that? Did Michael Jordan not unfriend Charles Barkley in real life? Not unfriend on Facebook. He unfriended them in real life because he said he didn't know how to run his Charlotte Hornets team, and they haven't talked since. That's sensitive. So they're only following the GOAT's lead. Be sensitive and use it for ammo.
Right? You can't compare what Kevin Durant does out here to what Michael Jordan does. I seen Kevin Durant go back and forth with fans in the stands. Michael Jordan don't do that stuff. Listen, man, there's different levels to this stuff. You're trying to put Michael Jordan.
He do talk jump to the fans. Michael Jordan did talk jump to the fans. He did.
He talked trash to the fans while he's playing the game. I see Kevin Durant going at people before the game. Listen,
it's the same thing. What's the difference?
I get what you're trying to say. I get what you're trying to say here. But there's no way you can compare what Kevin Durant does in his sensitivity to what Michael Jordan did in his career. It's not the same thing, my man. It's not the same. I get what you're saying. I get it.
It's the same. In the chat, everybody put a 1 if you think Michael Jordan is also sensitive. And put a 2 if you don't think Michael Jordan is sensitive.
I'm not putting Michael Jordan and Kevin Durant in the same sentence as far as how they take stuff. No way.
They're both sensitive, dog.
This man's making burner accounts. Are you kidding me?
Robin, address what I said about his Hall of Fame speech. Did he not invite his coach that cut him and the player that he was cut for?
Michael Jordan is competitive. So when you cut him, he's a competitor. We're talking about the most competitive person. Is Kevin Durant a competitor like that?
He's competitive.
Is Kevin Durant a competitor like Michael Jordan?
Nobody's a competitor like Michael Jordan.
That's what I'm saying. You're saying that Michael Jordan's sensitive.
Hold on, but
that's his competitiveness.
If you use things people say to you and about you as fuel,
that's your competitiveness. Michael's competitiveness.
Yeah, but it also because you're sensitive. Anything that you touch that hurts or you can feel it, that's sensitivity. So if I say Michael Jordan, you can't do X, Y, and Z, and you try to prove to me you can, it's because you're sensitive. Michael Jordan's sensitive, dog. It's okay. I'm sensitive too.
I'm saying he's not like Kevin Durant sensitive. That's what I'm saying.
It's the same thing. It's the same sensitivity. Of course, it ain't exactly the same because it's two different people, but it's the same thing.
Michael Jordan was like Kevin Durant and Isaiah Thomas and Scottie Pippen was saying all this stuff out here and putting all these things out. Michael Jordan would have been said something. He would have been came out and said he hasn't said a word.
No,
He's
no,
not
that's not what.
sensitive like that.
That's not the definition of sensitivity, though, Robin. The definition of
I'm
sensitivity.
saying like Kevin Durant.
No, hold on. Let me say this. The definition of sensitivity in this scenario is if what is said actually strikes a nerve. Now, the difference between Jordan and Kevin Durant is what they do after what is said. Kevin Durant will approach you or say something to you on social media. Michael Jordan would not say nothing to you on social media, but they're both affected by it.
Chris,
Michael Jordan
What's
uses it as a competitive fuel.
No,
I've
okay,
never seen
okay.
Kevin Durant
What did Michael
use
Jordan
as
do when
competitive fuel.
Scottie Pippen said what he said about him? What did Michael Jordan do?
Chris, we're Ralph Tresvant in this situation.
Hold on. Chris and Britne, do you think Michael Jordan felt what Pippen has been saying about him in the public?
Probably.
Yeah,
but just because he hasn't said something publicly doesn't mean he's not sensitive to it. He's just not saying nothing about it.
I think they're both sensitive. Just one uses it differently than the other, but they're both sensitive. Yeah.
And I think honestly, man, you know, it's product of two different eras, right? Of course, there's no social media when MJ was playing, right?
There's social media now. That's what I'm saying. If he
They're
was
sensitive now.
he would have responded to Scottie Pippen, or I say he would have tweeted out something. Yeah, all right, Scottie, keep running your mouth, man. He never responded.
That's not what that means. That's not what that means. He
does. Hold on. MJ does respond. He just responds in different ways. Like he'll sit down, have interviews, and respond in certain times. But no, he's an old head. He ain't using no social media.
But look what Scottie Pippen and Zay Thomas are doing. They're the ones using social media. They're just as old as him. They're the ones saying crazy stuff on Twitter. They're the ones coming out with books. I did not say Michael Jordan's not sensitive. I said he's not like Kevin Durant sensitive.
No, but I think Michael Jordan is the most sensitive basketball player to ever play.
He's the most competitive, Mel. You just said it.
Hold on. On the Last Dance, I can't remember exactly what the situation was, but he literally said, and I took that personally.
Right.
He did say that.
Personal. I use that as competitive fuel. Competitive fire. You guys don't understand Michael Jordan. No one's saying he's not sensitive. Everyone's sensitive to a degree. There's levels, is what I'm saying. Levels.
Yeah,
levels
Michael Jordan is at the top of it. Michael Jordan is at the top of it.
We just say he uses it differently. That's all. He's sensitive. He just uses it differently.
He's still sensitive. He's still sensitive.
But
somebody says something, it affects him.
If we really think about it, if we could, the GOATs of really anything, music, or we want to call them the GOATs, but the greatest of music or business or boxing, sports, whatever, most of the best people, the greatest athletes or musicians are sensitive. Businessmen, they're the most sensitive ones.
You don't think that shit 50 Cent said about Floyd Mayweather didn't piss Floyd Mayweather off? If I get told I can't read a Dr. Seuss book and I'm a grown-ass man, hell yeah, I'm gonna feel a way about that. You think Ja Rule is not sensitive to 50 owning him for the last however many years?
Hey, I would believe, Robin, I would believe you that Michael Jordan ain't the most sensitive player of all time if him and Charles Barkley were still friends. Charles Barkley, all he said was he hired yes man around him with the Hornets. And his best friend ain't even his friend no more. And haven't even talked to him. That's sensitive as hell. Michael Jordan must have a pad on today. Because he was on this period when he heard Charles Barkley say that. He had to be. There's no way your best friend ain't your best friend no more. And y'all play golf together, drink together, gamble together, did everything together. And all of a sudden you don't talk to him no more because he said something about your franchise. That's sensitive as hell.
Like I said, Michael Jordan has never come out and been all sensitive about all the nonsense that Nick Wright said about him or Kendrick Perkins. But Kevin Durant gets sensitive when some lowly person on Twitter says something about his 2 fraudulent finals MVPs. So that's the level of sensitivities I'm talking about. Let's understand this.
It's the same thing.
I respect
I'm gonna have to push back because he does speak on. He uses his Twitter platform to perfection. He does speak on when these pundits say all these other things. It's just that the conversation is you got regular people like myself, right, who be on Twitter that's your regular engagement. A lot of these other people like Nick Wright and stuff like that are not going to respond back. Why? Because they don't want to smoke when you actually speak on an athlete and the athlete gives you the time of day to actually say that back to him. But the regular person, me who was probably never ever going to meet Kevin Durant, you know what I'm saying? I get on Twitter, oh yeah, Kevin, you da 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 da, and that's it. But Kevin is like, okay, well, you know what, da da da, and it's sensitive, but at the same time, it's because he has the opportunity to do that. I'm
yo,
like,
Chris,
he'll address it on his Netflix.
No. Hold up, man. Hold up. All right, check this out. Have you ever seen what Kevin Durant writes to some of these people? Have you ever seen what he writes? That man said some nasty, disgusting stuff that his mama should be embarrassed of, Chris. So listen, do you think Michael Jordan would ever type these things? Yo, one dude told him, man, I bought your sneakers, blah, blah, blah. He said, listen, my man, I don't care what you do with the sneakers. You already paid for them. So when we talk about some of the things that Kevin Durant has said, he calls people losers and they've never done anything with their lives. He makes personal attacks on strangers. He has no clue who these people are because they said he's a fraudulent champion. Come on, man.
Rob.
Come on.
We have to stop putting these athletes in a different air than what they are, still human beings. So at the end of the day,
be classy, Chris. Be classy, my man. You're a professional.
Now you're moving the goalpost. You said he's not classy. I thought you said he was sensitive. You're supposed to be making the case for sensitivity, not class.
That's what I'm saying. Be classy, Mel. Don't be a sensitive, emotional clown and make a personal text on strangers.
That's class. That's not sensitivity.
Classless, man. There's no honor in that, Kevin Durant. No honor.
Hold on. Is it no honor just because he's famous?
It's no honor because, once again, he's a grown individual who's in the public eye. Chris, what are you doing here? What are we doing here, man? You're in the public view. Does he not have an unauthorized mark on his Twitter? Is he not getting paid to do this stuff? Come on. Don't make excuses for his disgusting comments. I'm not saying he's a bad person. What I'm saying is, look at the stuff that he writes to people on Twitter. This is not him defending his basketball. He makes personal attacks on strangers that are just common folks.
Rob.
Well, hold on, Chris. Before you respond, let me say this, Chris. Let me just say this. Let me say this. Chris. No, you taking the bait. No, Chris, you're taking the bait. Listen, let me say this. Let me just say this real quick.
Y'all don't figure this out.
Let me get this point off and you can go.
No, Chris, no, please.
Please let me get this point off. Please let me get this point off.
Let him get off, even if it takes the beat.
You said that he's making personal attacks at strangers, at people that he has never met, right? Is that not the same as what these people are doing to him? They've never met Kevin Durant. They're making personal attacks. So
they're talking about his championships, Chris. They don't respect his time in Golden State, and he gets upset about that. We all know that it's a sensitive spot for him, and he starts thinking crazy stuff. Come on, listen, Chris, I get it, man. I get it.
Disrespect begets disrespect. You
Chris,
disrespect me, I'm gonna disrespect you back.
Chris,
his finals MVPs are fraudulent. Whoa, that's not disrespect. That's facts.
Hold on, Chris. Oh, that's another trap. You taking the bait again?
Hold on. How
is
his finals MVP fraudulent? How is his finals
Chris,
MVP?
that's not the topic. Chris, you're defending something that's not the topic. Let him say that. The topic is sensitivity. And yes, he's sensitive because he hears what people say and responds. But Michael Jordan is also sensitive. That's the only thing we should be talking about. He moved the goalpost and started talking about all this other stuff, and you're defending it.
I said levels. I made a point, Mel.
No, they're both sensitive. Every superstar is sensitive because when they hear people say things, they care about it. There's no superstar that's not sensitive, and Michael Jordan is the GOAT of sensitivity. He unfriended his best friend. In the story. All right, Britne, last words before we end it.
Sensitivity.
A man like MJ.
Oh, Boston lost to New York by 10, by the way.
Yeah, I just seen that. They kept shooting threes, man. Boy, Jaylen Brown is not carrying this team as a number one. This team is actually
called it
Derek White's team.
No, it's not. Because I took a picture. I seen a stat. What is that?
What is
that?
I can't see it. 3 of 11, 15 points.
5 for 18?
Yeah, but he's taking right. He's taking most of the shots.
3 for 11.
He's taking most of the shots. I'm not
18
saying
shots to get 15 points. Disgusting.
I'm not saying he's legit the number one. I'm saying he's acting like the number one out there.
Well, I put that on.
He need not be.
I put that on Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown said he is more than capable to be the number one. Now go out there and show us when Jason Tatum's not there.
He definitely ain't showing us nothing.
He ain't showing us nothing right now.
He looked like he moving like Joel Embiid out there, to be honest with you. Because he just had some clean up. No, seriously, he don't look the same.
I'm sensitive about my big man. Don't do. I'm playing.
Yeah, there you go, Anna. That's true. MJ is sensitive, and a little bit narcissistic as well. But it all worked for him and his greatness, though. You got to have a little bit
narcissistic. A little bit might be an understatement. Jordan,
he might actually be a narcissist.
Jordan is textbook.
They say how Ja Rule catches stray.
Hey, but y'all understood the point, right? Y'all know Ja Rule said anytime you can't bring up 50 cent, 2 quarters, you can't bring up $50. You can't say nothing like that around Ja Rule. That man is liable to cry, and you can't speak about Ashanti around Ja Rule
or that festival.
Hey, it's amazing Ja Rule still here. Shout out to Ja Rule because that man took major L's in his life. Shout out to him for still being here, man. Shout out to him for still being here.
Let us end it, man, so we can go watch some of these games, man. The Mavs are getting getting scallywapped by the Wizards, boy. That is insane. That is insane, boy. Them boys down 16.
Oh yeah, I don't know about they're playing.
Man, this younger's crazy, man.
So remember, everyone is good. Everyone is good right now to start the season, man.
You ain't lying.
Everybody,
Chris, thank you guys for having me on, man. It's been another great show, man. Thank you very much. I hope you guys have a great weekend, man. Once again, guys, I really appreciate it. I know I get crazy on here, man, and I start yelling.
We have fun with it though. It's fun. It's fun because you able to get your point across, disagree, and then after we finish disagreeing, we snap back right back to being friends like we was before, man. I love people that can snap back like that.
Nah, we're not saying that Ja Rule is not who he is, but at the same time, you can't say Ja Rule without mentioning 50 Cent.
Hey, look, Ja Rule, he let 50 Cent do him in that battle, and it was over for his whole career. Like I said before, Chris, this is my quote. Y'all can have this quote, and say a great man once said this. But once you shake ass, you can't go back to being a soldier. And we'll end it there, man. Please catch y'all on the next episode.